Happy Wednesday. What's up? What's up? What's up, Wednesday? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Today was a good day. Anytime above ground is a good day for me, is a blessed day. I hope you all you had a great Wednesday and continue to have one. Hey, Jilly Jill Beans, thank you so much, baby. I was in your bushes and shared you out, sugar. You had a good message today, too. What's going on, people? Well, there's been a lot going on, and Miss T want to talk about it. First and foremost, Mama Lolo, love you so much. I got your email. I will get back to you. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. Much love to you, prayers and blessings to you and your family. That's somebody who's been watching me for years, ever since I started. And she's my balcony #1 cheerleader. Hey, Nubiology, what's going on, beautiful? What's going on, beautiful? So what's going on, everybody? There's a lot going on. I'm glad to see Rico is home. Rico is home, and Rico is back on live. So, of course, this commentary will be unbiased as possible, and everybody might not agree with me, but it's my perspective, my commentary, and I'm always going to do me and try to be unbiased as possible. Okay? So I'm going to talk about everything. Hey, Regina. What's going on, Dr. Creole? What's going on, baby? Tay Bay, everybody. Y'all could come on and drop down, get comfortable, grab you a drink. I have my water, and let's just relax. This is hey, Max Boogie Woogie. This is my perspective of everything that's been going on. I'm going to talk about the TRX return and sit down because I found that very interesting. And I think I was picking up what he was putting down, but I want to make sure that I understood that little sit down with him. Hey, you and M. Sit down with him and Pizarro. It was kind of awkward, but I kind of knew where he was coming from. But they never really answered the question, what happened? What happened to the triangulation? And I'm going to touch on that, TRX. I may have a couple of answers because I think you have been in the bushes looking and you know exactly. I think he was trying to pull it out of Miss Pizarro. Now I didn't know that Bree came back and did a video, but I did watch TRX video today, his upload, and so it gave me a little more insight, and it aligned with what more I was thinking. Hey, DC, so I'm gonna get into that, but first of all, I'm gonna get into it's a Doggie's dog world. Okay, hey, Truth and Reason, and this is my honest take on it. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Was King Roman News wrong? To a certain degree, he was wrong. But now, 2 things could be right at the same time. He was right. Because if he's an animal lover and you see somebody abusing an animal, you really supposed to report it. But I think the devastating blow came the second time, and because we was wondering, well, you guys was friends, or y'all had a YouTube ship. Y'all had met up. Thank you, V, for being a member for 7 months. Y'all had a relationship. Could you at least have emailed him or called him on the phone and say, hey, look, nigga, look, little noggin. Don't be hitting on that dog like that, man. That's abuse. That's abuse. You going too far. But maybe people act in the moment, and that's what we got to keep an eye on. It was a form of abuse for some of us, right? I'm gonna tell you, I didn't watch it because when I heard about it, I didn't want to see because I'm a pet lover. Well, I'm a dog lover. Some of those other pets you could keep, but I'm a dog lover. I have dogs, I have grand dogs, and I love them dearly. And we treat them as if they are human, right? They can't speak for themselves, they can't talk for themselves. So the human person has to be the voice for the animals. And when it comes to abuse or what you may perceive as abuse, that can be a different story. It's like if you see something, say something type thing. So I was just a little baffled when I first heard that King Roman News had called on Rico because I'm like, I don't know if this is true. This may be some shit, somebody trying to get something started because they got a relationship. So my first thought was he would have called Rico and hey, say, hey, listen, don't do that. But I don't know what happened with the relationship to make him feel that it was necessary for him to go right to calling the animal, what you call those people? You know, ASCP, I think is the name of them. I don't know. You know, I never had no dealings with him. But anywho, he felt compelled to call them on Rico. So that started a little beef, I believe, between them because Rico felt some kind of way. You know, when I saw his video, it was like, damn, you calling about my dog. You could have called me. Or now you trying to take away, you know, all that I have is my dog. And one thing I must say is that's all he probably had. You know, that's probably all he had is that dog. Maybe that was his way of training the dog. See, I've seen some people do dogs, you know, probably worse than Rico when it comes to those big dogs. And I'm like, damn. But maybe they think that's their way of training them. See, because he's not no pet trainer, he's not no animal trainer. So maybe he thought he was training the dog. I didn't see the video because I couldn't look at it when I just heard that what had happened. I said, oh, I can't see that. I can't look at that. That's me. I couldn't look at it. What's happening, Kenna? So I didn't look at the video, period. Because to me, when someone say you punched the dog, because I remember the cat situation, or you abused the dog, then I feel some kind of way. My stomach can't take it, so I didn't watch it. But I still think that he owed him a call because they were friends. At least we thought they were friends. See, sometimes we use that term loosely, only because we saw them meet up. You know, he said he met him several times, so we assume that they were friends. But real friends wouldn't have done that. A real friend wouldn't have done that. A real friend would have picked up the phone. So I don't deem them as friends. But was he wrong? To a certain extent, yeah, because he could have called them. But to a certain extent, no. Two things could be right at the same time. He felt as though the dog was in danger and he called on him. Now, do I think it was malicious intent at first? I really can't say that because I didn't see the call. I didn't hear the call. I didn't see the action behind it. You know, I didn't. So I can't say that. Even when I was there and he was about to call a second time because a threat was thrown out, I said, well, let me leave. I don't even want to hear this shit. I don't even see. When things get too heavy for me, I log off. At least I log off of that channel. And I thought when that was happening, I said, well, I don't want to see this. So I never knew what the follow-up call was about. I just know he admitted to calling the first time, you know? And when I did see him, it seemed like he was angry at Rico, probably for Rico's actions. So I wish it would have gone another way, but it didn't. But when people say he got Rico locked up, that is not true. Rico, much as I love me some Rico, I have to be honest, Rico got Rico locked up. Because for one, you don't bring all your business down here on YouTube. And I had told Rico, I wish you would have go back to your peaceful place before that even took place. You don't always come on here. Everything is not for our consumption, and people need to learn that People need to learn that some things don't need to be brought down on these YouTube streets, because you already know people don't like you. You already know people are after you, or they will come after you if you do the wrong thing. So that was almost like throwing yourself into the what they call it, lion's den. Like I said, it was two wrongs don't make no right. My real concern was, see, because you and people are giving Rico a break, saying, oh, Rico wouldn't have done nothing. Oh, he was just talking shit. Oh, he wouldn't have, went to someone's house. That's not true. Hold up, grasshopper, not so fast. That's not true. If you come online and you are hurling threats at someone and you waving knives around, people don't know your mental state. Now, we have people who have actually pulled up on people. You can't give everybody a pass, especially in one breath you say he's not mentally well. We know he's not mentally well. He's going through something. He's broken. He's broken. And he asked several times, just don't bother my dog. And when you never know people's mental state and what will make them really flip. And I always say that they get on here and do some diabolical shit, some malicious stuff. You go after people's jobs, their income. You really go down low here. And you never know when that one thing that someone may do may cause somebody else's life. Now, he was hurling that knife saying, what are you going to do? And if they come here, they this and that, and they this, hey, little pressure, baby. And so I can't say that he would have not acted, because I'm not in his mind. Come on, y'all. We not in his mind. We only saying, oh, he's harmless. Oh, he don't have money. How was he going to get there? How was he an imminent threat? Anytime somebody makes a threat, you have to take that serious. See, when they threatened to come get me and my kids and do all of, I took that shit serious, and I did what I had to do behind the scenes and in front of the scene, because a threat is a threat, and you never know what someone is going to do. Every day, people lose their lives to just taking things like, oh, it's no big deal, or they ain't gonna pull up, they ain't gonna do this. We already seen things happen right here on these YouTube streets. You never know what will break a person, what will cause them to snap. See, that's a difference. What will cause them to snap? Taking that boy's dog could have caused him to snap. And because people don't like King Roman news just as well as they don't like Rico, you never know if somebody would have said, hey, listen, you know where that nigga live at? Come on, hop in this car. We gonna drive down there. Because New York ain't too far from, they say, Baltimore he lives. I don't know where he lives because I don't care. That's just me. I don't get into people's personal business. But you never know if somebody would have said, hey, jump in this car. Now that nigga doing all that, he did all that. Let's roll up on him. And then that man could have lost his life over some YouTube shit. Strictly over some YouTube stuff. So you can't say, oh, Rico didn't have the money. Oh, he harmless. Oh, he wouldn't have. That boy was showing that he was hurt. He was hurt. He was devastated that somebody who he thought was his friend would even call on him. And then to come on here and both of them go back and forth, we don't know what mental state he was really in, to be honest with you. So it could have been worse. See, he was just wielding the knife, which was stupid to me. When I saw that video, I had to leave. I swear, I had to leave Rico's video. I was like, oh, this is too much. Hey, Miss Ellen, I said, this is just too much for me, because I know people really can get hurt. Again, you don't know what will make a person snap. We don't even know if he's really in a stable place now, because they have taken the dog from him. And it could be in his mind, that's all he had is that dog. He said, listen, my grandmother is gone. My auntie is gone. My this is gone. This is all I have, and now y'all want to take him from me. What do y'all want from me? When somebody cries out like that, you have to listen with a keen ear. See, when a lot of folk lose their jobs, what happens? They go back into the job and they go ahead on a rampage and they shoot it up and they kill innocent folk because they lost their jobs, they lost their livelihood. You guys go too goddamn deep down here. You know, you just go too overboard. It's supposed to be an entertainment application. You're supposed to know how to drag, gag, and roast and keep it on YouTube. But you just never know where his mental state at. Is a strong possibility that he still maybe react to what's going on. It depends. We only see him one way right now, but we don't know what he's really thinking. He could, just when he settled down and started thinking, he may think they took all I got. Fuck it, that's all I had. I lost my job. I heard he lost his job as well. I lost my job. Now I don't have my dog. They trying to take everything from me. What will I do? We never know. So I can't say that there's no repercussions behind what was done because we still don't know, because Rico is still here on YouTube. He's still on YouTube. And it sounds like he still feels some kind of way. So I'm not going to ever count somebody out because you think they so broken, they so poor, they so weak that they won't respond. They may respond in the way that you just don't want them to respond. Now, I would hope that this shit would cease, but I'm not too sure. When you break somebody and you continue to break them and you continue to take away from them and they figure what's left. The man is physically sick, but he came and told his business. He's very transparent. He came out here. He came out swinging. And he came out threatening and everything. But you just don't know where people's mental state is at. So I'm hoping that this shit really could cease and Rico could go back and go in his peaceful place and take care of his business. But we have to look at this shit both ways. Yes, King Roman News was wrong to a certain degree when he doubled down on it. For whatever reason, that was wrong. That part was malicious. Him calling about the dog, I don't really see where that was too malicious. But I also say he could have made a call. He could have hit him up on email, IG, however they communicated, and told him, dude, you need to relax a little bit. Because I believe at one point they had that relationship. But I can't tell people what to do. I don't know what made him go after Rico that hard. Something could have happened in the background that we don't know. But it's a very, very sad situation. See, because sometimes we got to step out of our zone of comfortability, and we have to really weigh things and look, what drives this? What's really going on in this person's life? Do I really need to do this to this person? What could really be the end result? Now, do I believe that KRN knew he was going to get locked up? No, because I don't believe the lockup was... I think Rico incriminated himself, to be honest, right? Isn't that incriminated himself? I think he did when he showed the video. I didn't even know it until actually Queen Diva said, do you know Rico locked up? And I was like, no. Hey, Barry. Hey, Carmelate. Good to see you, baby. I said, no, what happened? And then it said, then she told me, she said, well, you got to go watch the video. And I went and watched the video. And it was, I believe, for animal cruelty. One point you heard people saying, people always get shit wrong, to include myself. Oh, it was because he had warrants out for him. And then they said it was animal cruelty. But you often think, and this is what I was trying to relate this to when I thought about how I was going to approach this, Sometimes we are thinking we are doing what's best for children. Hey, Reed, even for children, when you call up on children and you take them out their home, when you think they are being abused, or when we witness abuse, say we don't witness abuse down here, right? The child is still in the home. We have to rethink that shit, because now that dog could be put down. The dog could be put down because they only go keep him for so long. And then if no one adopt him again, he could be put down, right? Just like children, you could take them out of home and they put them in a foster care, and the people at foster care or who adopt them mistreats them. Then you hear about it, because I remember the two little boys, Orson and Oren, when they went to foster care, they took them out of their mother's house and placed them in foster care, and the foster care parents end up unaliving them. Sometimes we think we could be doing the right thing and we doing the wrong thing, and it's a tough call, because I'm like, damn, I heard her slap her daughter. We should call CPS. Or we think we heard her, we should call CPS. And they removed that little girl out of the home with the only love that she knows. Might not be your type of love, but is the love that they know. See, it could be a double-edged sword. It may be the only love she knows. And you remove her out of that home and you put her somewhere else, and then they start sexually abusing her, physically abusing her, mentally abusing her, and she's damaged for life. And you think you did a good thing. We really sometimes think we do a good deed, when we need to really reevaluate a situation before we act. Now, we all know I'm a mandated reporter. A lot of us are probably mandated reporters, and everybody should be a mandated reporter. So if I see something, I have to say something. But even when I was in the position to evaluate children that was being abused or they thought was being abused, I had to make sure I was 100% factual on my knowledge on what I documented, because I could be very well making a mistake. And that could be a costly mistake for that kid. So it's the same with that dog. Now, maybe he doesn't need pets. I say, get yourself together, baby. And then when you got all your stuff together, you go back and get a pet if you decide. But maybe that's all he have now. That's all he wanted was that dog. He begged, hey, y'all do anything to me. Cuss me out. Do anything, drag my status, but don't take my dog. When somebody beg you not to do something and it means that much to them, we should be very, very careful on what we do. That particular action that you may do, you make the choice to do, could cause somebody to snap or go over the edge. And I don't ever want to be in a position that I caused somebody to go over the edge. Why didn't he keep that dog safe? I don't know. I don't know. So he probably don't even know how to handle a dog. He just went and got something to love. Sometimes you just go get something to love. Some people get pets to love, right? They get different type of pets. He chose to get this dog. We saw what happened with Snowbella. Just crazy, right? But for some reason, he thought he was doing the right thing, probably for companionship, or maybe he thought he was bailing the dog out to give him a good home. And this is the end result of it. Everybody don't know how to train a dog. The YouTube camera said it best. Sometimes you got to take dogs to training school. My little puppy went to a training school. One of my grand dogs. I trained my own dog, but you could best believe it. I never abused them. I never hit on them. Now, I've seen people do them big dogs like that, yank them hard, puck them in the face and do. That's their form of training. Ain't the right form. But are they believing in their mind that they abusing a dog, or do they believe in their mind they training that dog? See, you could do voice commands. And if you have the right type of voice, and there's certain ways you do it, you can train the dog without ever touching them. Why bring a pet into the mess? Exactly. But you know what, though? We can't answer that, sweetheart. I can't answer. I don't know what made him get a pet? I can't answer that. Again, people do things for certain reasons. He wanted a companion, maybe that was his companion. Maybe he thought he could do good for the dog. I know, you know, I don't know what happened to the first dog. Like I said, I'm not here to be the voice of Rico, the voice of chaos. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to give my commentary. Like I said, I believe at that point he really thought he had somebody to love. He didn't know the proper way to train the dog. He did it his way, and it cost him. And because he did it, we would have never knew nothing about it. See, this is social media shit where everybody wants to come on social media and just live their life on social media. Some things are not for social media consumption. And especially when you know you don't have people who don't like you, who probably have some type of hatred for you for whatever reason. Anything you do is put under a microscope. Any kind of way they could get you, they're going to get you. So Rico opened himself up for that. Yes, yes. Exactly. I think that's what it was. He wanted something, something or someone to love him. And so hey Rico, baby, I'm glad you free. So he had this dog. And to me, y'all took the only fucking thing he had, and that's the problem. That's the problem. It was the only thing at that point that he had. And he asked the people, hey, do anything you want, just don't bother my dog. Okay, yeah, he probably didn't play. So we have to sometime, again, it's like children. When we think children are being abused, we want to do the right thing and make the right call, but sometimes the right call that we think could be the wrong call. So now they take the dog, and I hate that Rico's here. I don't know. He was in a shelter. I don't know where they took him at. I'm not too familiar for that. And they laid the dog down. That's fucked up. Because probably the dog has someone to rescue him and to love him, and for Rico to love him back. You know, he was licking on him. So he wasn't too abused because he was licking. And that's a good sign when your dog lick all over you and hop over. That means they showing you love. Okay, baby. Thank you. Thank you, sugar. So I just think it was a bad call on both ends. I think it was mistakes made on both ends. But listen, I'm not down here to tell anybody, and this shit really gets me. You can't tell people how to fight. I can never tell y'all how to fight back or to fight. I can just give my commentary and an unbiased commentary. Those was two wrongs that didn't make a right. Just didn't make a right. He's so upset. And sometimes you know exactly how to go after people to get a reaction from them. They know that Rico comes on here and he make all kind of videos and just be hooping and hollering, going back and forth with people. He already know he gonna stand his ground. He transparent. He this, he that. He gonna drag. Because that's the scene of the B sector, right? But do I believe that he was purposely abusing the dog? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, do I believe that he was very, very hurt? Now do I believe they go put the dog down? If no one comes and rescue that dog, is a possibility, and I hate to say that because Rico here, is a possibility that they will lay that dog down. Now, some people say, well, it's better if they lay the dog down, versus him being with somebody who's going to abuse him. You think if somebody would have said, hey, Rico, hey, don't hit that dog like that, man. That don't hit that dog like that. That's a form of abuse to the dog. Use voice commands or back in the day we used to remember the newspaper and you hit them on their ass and stuff like that. Back in the day, you used to rub their nose in the pee. It was all kind of things that you did. But he probably just didn't know that. So he was doing what he thought was right. And it ended up costing him his job and his dog. And that's a sad situation. And I don't care who likes it or not. Two rights don't make a wrong. I think that was a bad call. If it was done maliciously, it was a bad call. If it was done because you really thought the dog was being abused, then you did the right thing. You did what was right in your heart, King Roman News. And we can't tell you what's right in your heart, because I don't believe that it started out being malicious. Unless, now listen, y'all, the reason why I say that, I don't believe it started out being malicious unless something behind the scenes took place and their friendship was crumbling, and maybe he thought, well, yeah, I'll get that motherfucker back. I'll get him back. Unless that happened and we don't know anything about it, then I don't think at first it was maliciously done. Okay? But it ended up being maliciously done at the end, or malicious at the end. And that's the problem. Are you doing it because did you do it for the right reason, or you did it for malicious intent? And only King Roman News knows that. I can't say he did it as a malicious act the first time. The second time, y'all, I don't know what the fuck he did, because I left. When he said, let's make this call, I was up in the bushes watching. When he said, well, we gonna make this call since you think I said, damn, that's where the malicious intent come. Let me boogie. I don't want to see it happen. I just don't want to see it happen. I have a strong affinity for Rico. Everybody knows that I like Rico. My prayer and my wish is that Rico will go and get himself together and leave YouTube again and go back to what he was doing. Because every time he comes back to this fucking demonic environment, he gets in some type of trouble. And now the brother is without a job. That's the fucked up part. He's without a job now. So the dog is gone, the job is gone, and what you okay, baby. And so what's left? And that could be the scary part. I'm not, I don't want to go there. But when a person think, I lost my job, I lost my family, just say I lost my pets, I lost in the stocks, what's left? There's nothing left. So what do I have to lose? See, it's easier for a person who don't have anything to lose it. It's hard for a person to have everything to lose it. Right? I think that's the way I'm trying to say. So what is left to lose? And that's where we have to be very, very careful, because that situation in Vegas that just took place a couple of months, we all witnessed it. Most of us in here. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Okay, Truth and Reason says she has a hard time believing that he didn't know it was animal abuse. Okay, baby, I respect it. So my thing is, we saw that Vegas shit take place. They have been snatching the dude's channel. Finally, the dude met up with them, and what was the end result? He unalived the couple who had cost him, from what they say at that point, everything he had as far as the income was his YouTube channel. That was his moneymaker. And he felt the need to go and meet those people. And again, you cost me my life, and now I'm going to cost you your life. And in totality, everybody's life is gone, because that dude probably would do life in jail, and those two people are no longer here. We need to really step back and reevaluate things we do and when we do them and the reason for doing them. I know it could get real vicious down here. I know that. But sometimes you have to take yourself out that situation. Just let these people talk. Just let them talk. Let them do what they have to do. But you don't always have to be a part of it. And so now that brother has to look for another job. And you got people saying, I don't give a fuck. It ain't me. That's what he get. Nah, don't none of us need to be without a job or homeless. No, That shit ain't right. We shouldn't try to tear each other down to that point where we just destroy our own. That's what fucks me. We go so hard to destroy our own when we already got them out there destroying us. That fucks me up. That's why I can't get too deep in here. You know, for one, I got a lot to lose, and I don't know these people to lose a goddamn thing over them. So I'm only gonna go but so far, you know. But reality is, none of us should be losing anything. Anything. That's the truth. You know? So I wish Rico well. I wish KRN and Rico this shit will cease, you know, and let it be because it went too far. And again, two wrongs don't make a right. And both of them, in my eyesight, was wrong. And that's my perspective on that. Both of them was wrong. You don't never come on here wielding a GUN or a knife saying what you gonna do to somebody. That's an imminent threat. King Roman News, if anything, you know, I would have called on that versus the dog. But again, I'm not King Roman News. I'm Mz.Teavalocity. But if you threaten me, then we got a real problem. Okay. And so that's what I thought that he got in trouble for. Again, when things get too heavy and too dark, and I know that it's really going to disturb my spirit, I stepped away. I didn't watch Rico's video of getting locked up. I didn't watch King Roman News video of making the second call or whatever, because it could have been just more than King Roman News. I'm telling you, the hate is so real down this mofo. It could have been a group of people calling. Hey, what's going on, Miss B? It could have been a group of people, but he was definitely wrong if he did it the second time for malicious intent. Again, I didn't listen to it, so I don't know exactly what was going on. But you know, when people are wrong and we like them, we have a hard fucking time of telling the truth. We do. We do. Just because I like Queen Diva, it does not mean that I can't be truthful with Queen Diva because I like her just that much that I need to be truthful with her. You fucked up, Queen Diva. That was a wrong call. I'm feeling some kind of way. I mean, you did what you had to do. You grown, you could do, but it was wrong, sis. It was wrong. We can't negate the fact that shit was done wrong. And you just got to call people on wrong. Yeah, I believe some people call because the haters, listen, when you give them something and you know that you know how this area works, they're going to run with it. They're going to run with it. So everybody may not agree with my perspective, but it's my perspective and it is what it is. I think it was wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. Both of them was wrong. He shouldn't have came on here and did what he did. He should not have punched the dog or whatever took place. Kicked the dog, punched the dog. See, I didn't even see it. Whatever it was, he should have not done. And if he don't understand dog training, then, you know, or how to train a dog. Hey, Kim, baby, what's going on, Janice? Then he needs to get guidance and help, you know? Yeah. And sometimes they offer that for free. There's resources for everything because they want you to have the puppy. So they would offer you, I know, all right, baby. They would offer you some type of help. Everything is not all about money, 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 money. You just need to research resources, okay? Especially for those pets when you go get them from PetSmart or other places, shelters and stuff like that. You know, they make sure they do all the spader and neutering or whatever and giving them all their shots and stuff. And is sometimes free and sometimes is at a little cost. But again, I think Rick, we out 100. Rick, we out 100. I don't know what that means. Rick, we're out 100. But anywho, sometimes we just have to be careful because we do believe in our heart of hearts we making the right calls. We making the right calls, but it may not always be the right call. Okay. So that's it. Rico said he take responsibility. Rico, you know, Much love to you. I've always said, hey, go back to your peaceful place, baby. You know, sometimes we just gotta let this shit go. I go on breaks for a long time, you know, when I think it gets too heavy. Just go back to doing what you're doing to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Just go ahead and do that. Leave this shit alone. You know, leave it alone. Now, I'm gonna switch because I want to talk about the TRX thing. Now we all seen TRX, right? We saw TRX, Grace, you know, Pizarro's platform. I think he jumped up on ODS's platform and Kimmy's platform. I could be wrong, but I think it was ODS's platform. But anyway, this is what I took away from that. So he was trying to ask Pizarro about accountability, like what happened to us? Because, you know, he used to say us because he was over there with him. What happened to us? You know, and Pizarro said, well, you know, they don't respect us. They stopped, you know, respecting us, supporting us really. And that the men start getting all the money over here. And I was fighting, you know, and so Pizarro went to ask that. And he said, but what about your accountability? And Pizarro went to still talk to not King Roman News, TRX. And then Fi came up there, added her 2 cents, you know, and that went there. Now, here's really what happened. Now, this is my perspective. What happened to the triangulation? I used to call Lady Nika, Bree Pizarro, ODS the triangulation, right? And yeah, used to be over there with him, right? Now, here's my perspective. What happened was a storm came by here and blew the lid off of the triangulation. See, what happened was new people came on the scene and they start feeling some kind of way. Now, this is my perspective, y'all. This is my perspective. And, you know, I'm going to drop the link on Pizarro. Y'all can tell me I'm wrong. And King Roman News came down here and he had a little spat with them and he started going real hard at them, right? So people was over there, oh, this new entertainment, oh shit, this is getting good, he's spilling tea, and people started supporting them, right? But they had been supporting them before. But they really start supporting. And because it's entertaining them, because we are nosy and we really want to see what happened, he started dropping tea and he started hitting them real hard. Well, if I can't get you, I'm a dox Pizarro. I paid to have Pizarro dox. You know, I'm going to find out who you're. And man, they were fighting. And Pizarro was back fighting with King Roman News. They was going back and forth. Lady Nika, Bree, and all of them was going back and forth. But here's where the storm came in. Because then he was threatening Bree's job, right? So shit gets real here. So you got King Roman News, you know, stomping on him. Then you had Ness over there stomping on him. And who else was, I think it was just, and they was going really, really hard at the triangulation. Then they start throwing out shit like tea about him. And people start listening. People start running over there. He was getting all these people in their room. And everything was like, damn, he's spilling tea on them, you know, and they going back and forth. You had people supporting both of them. Everybody was still supporting them. But then Pizarro was feeling some kind of way. Pizarro would go off and she'd say, fuck the beef sector. And she'd go somewhere else. And then she'd be fighting somewhere else. And then other people was coming over. They was joining the competition. And shit just started getting, you know, it just started getting kind of wonky, you know. But King Roman News came and he definitely lit fire to them at first. And there was a lot of people over there supporting him. Now, when I listened to Brianna, Nika, and Pizarro never left, but Brianna and Nika decided, like, hey, we done, for me, I could be wrong, y'all always could drop down. Please make sure y'all hit that like. For me, he was on their ass. He was saying he had files, he had times that they had been on the computer when they been at work. They knew their work schedule. They got on Lady Nika, and then people started turning on Lady Nika because they start revealing certain things about Pizarro, Lady Nika, and Brianna. And people just felt, hey, here's a new sheriff in town. Oh, shit, he got some tea over there. And they start supporting him heavy. But they were still supporting Lady Nika, Bree, and Pizarro. And, of course, ODS, right? They were still supporting them. But the support was in both places, and they couldn't handle that. See, because back in the day, you have to be one or the other. You have to support one or the other. There's no we support each other. You be over there in their camp, and then brief stuff start getting out. They start saying different people start saying stuff about behind the scenes and her job and all this crazy stuff start happening, and that's when they start just crumbling. They just start crumbling. And now this is my perspective. They start crumbling. He went hard after Nika. He went hard after Brianna. He went hard after Pizarro. He just came hard at him. Then Ness started going hard at him. She started, all three of them, she started dragging them, and people start going to those two people lives. Right? Yeah, Reed was doing her thing. Reed was over there. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Reed started going after them. So that's what really happened. A storm came by here, and the storm was King Roman News. Because he had some shit for their ass at that time. And people started looking crazy, and they started feeling some way. But here was the icing on the cake. What's going on, TCB? TC, beauty queen. But anyway. Here was the icing on the cake. They didn't want Bree's job to start being doxxed. This was a new sheriff in town. He called some shit out, and people start going, So when he started going after Bree's job, it was like, no, now he's touching them for real. He getting at them for real. So Bree decided that she was going to back off. She was going to back off. And then in return, Lady Nika, because he came real hard at Lady Nika. And then Sarah exposed some stuff. Then her and Yaya fell out. So that started to crumble. It started to crumble. You don't have to take King Roman News serious, but he was serious about that, baby. He was serious enough to get what he needed from it, right? He was serious enough. So you may not take him serious, but he came through here like a storm. And that's what I believe broke the triangulation up. Because he mentioned it. You motherfuckers go from one platform to the other, and y'all think y'all own up this sector. And no, we here now. He made it very, very clear that he was coming to rearrange shit in this house. And that's what I really think happened. And TRX, I believe you saw it. And you was trying to get to the, well, where was y'all strategy? Now, this just me, Mz.Teavalocity could be wrong. Where was y'all strategy to take on TRX and these other people? Now, I mean, not TRX, King Roman News. Sorry, all these initials. KRN. Where was y'all strategy? Y'all weakened some. And Pizarro said she just got tired because, they started this men against the women thing. I never saw it like that. I saw that he was delivering entertainment and people was paying for it the same way they were delivering entertainment and they were paying for it. And at one point they had it locked up over here where they did go into triangulation and they had the crowd. Hey, wow, they had the crowd and nothing's wrong because everybody gets a turn. If you're in the mess, you're in the beef, and you got shit going on and your channel is popping, you gonna get paid. And I think that's what happened. He came in like a storm, and Bree thought, listen, this shit ain't worth it. This ain't worth my job. People need to know when to bow out. Now they back to calling my job or saying they gonna call my job, they gonna mess with my livelihood, and then Nika again. Normally what Bree does, Nika does, because they close in relationship, and she backed up, and Pizarro kept going. Pizarro started going to other areas, was like, fuck that. They ain't fighting for me. The beef sector ain't fighting for me. So I'm going to go on to other areas. And she started going into other areas. And those other areas start coming over here. Hey, Melissa King, what's going on, baby? Long time no see. And they start coming over here. So that's what happened to the triangulation. They allowed other people to come in and break them down because they didn't want to go through the shit that they had went through. They knew this guy was serious and he was diabolical with it. I'm just telling the truth, y'all. I'm just telling the truth. People probably don't want to hear the truth, but that's the truth. They knew he was going to come hard. They saw how he performed. They saw how he had did that dude when he told them to stand down. They saw how he got all access to all that dude shit over there. So they didn't want to fool with King Roman News. And then he started breaking them down. And Bree said, fuck this, I'm out of here. And now they not gonna start with my job. Nika said, I'm out of here too. It's time for us to take a break. Pizarro, her enmity could keep her around forever if they don't find out who she is, because what does she have to lose versus Bree, because her enmity. So that's what I believe happened. That's what I believe happened. So TRX was trying to get to the bottom of it. So where's y'all strategy? So what happened? You used to didn't have no feelings. You didn't have no emotions. You was a troll. You used to could go back. He indicated himself. We used to have a strategy. Y'all just don't feel for it. And then, she got a death in her family. Was it around that time, P? When that King Roman News thing really started hard on Nika, him and Nika had fell out. I didn't know if she had a death. I know she had a death in her family, but I didn't think it was at that time. But still, again, people have learned from being down here, from people getting into their real lives. Some shit ain't worth it. It's just not. This money is not all that. The money's not all that. So it's not worth people calling your jobs, trying to get you. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that part. But I think before that, I don't think anybody had passed before that. I think it was after that, P. I could be wrong, but you can always correct me. No, I'm not so off stage. Maybe Lady Nika did have a death in her family, but what I do know is that shit was really ramping up over there, and her and Bree left. Now, I'm not real off. She did have deaths in her family. I do remember that, but I'm not real off. I'm not defending Roman at all. I'm telling y'all what happened. I told you to leave that shit alone because I saw it getting deep. Now, Pizarro, I'm not defending Roman at all. I'm telling you what I believe happened. And when you and Roman got into it, I said, Pizarro, leave that shit alone because it's going too deep. Some people go real deep, and this shit ain't worth it. If you want to be honest with me, it's not worth it to risk your real life for some YouTube bullshit. That's how Miss T see it. That's exactly what happened. He started going real hard after y'all. And I do believe that's what happened. Now, that's my perspective. Y'all may remember it a different way. That's how I remember it. Shit started getting real down here. Jobs was going to be called again. Threats was being made. Who said that? I don't know what she talking about. But threats was being made and all that shit. And I believe they just backed up. And then Ness and King Roman News kept doing their thing. And then their platform started growing. Then Lemon started growing. Nika and Bree had took a chill pill. Bree is not even back on here like before. And that's what I really believe happened. When that shit got so deep, they said, fuck it ain't worth it. And ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Ain't nobody calling nobody punks. Ain't nobody taking up. I'm telling you my truth. It ain't worth it. This shit ain't worth it. It ain't worth people calling Bree's job. It was fucked up what just happened to ODS. YouTube is not worth it. The little money, the extra money or whatever is not worth it. It was before Roman, okay? No, Pizarro. I don't think y'all had really stopped doing too many videos and stuff before Roman came and really started going hard at y'all. I could be, listen, I could be wrong. You always have room to correct me. You could come up here and correct me on your own channel. It's never gonna bother me because what I see is what I see. What y'all see is what y'all see. I believe when y'all got in real deep with Roman and all them threats was being made and files was being made and money was being put down and find out, or it was said money was being put down, you know, I think y'all was just like, fuck it, this ain't, I believe Bree and them thought, forget it, it ain't even worth it. Then I understand that Lady Nika also had deaths in her family. And so she was going through her own thing. She was going through her own thing. So I do believe that's what happened. That's when everything started falling apart. And I believe TRX probably had peeped some of that out when he was asking Pete to take the accountability from his video today. Now, I love me some TRX too. Just people I really do care about. It was a little shade being thrown. It was a little shade being thrown. And I think that's what he was trying to get at. Like, what happened? Y'all kind of softened a little bit. We used to be strategic. We used to move like this. How can y'all let people from another sector come in and do this? Or how can y'all not answer people and fight back? We didn't used to do that, you know? So that's my perspective on that. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm far off, baby. I think that's what really broke the triangulation up because shit was getting so deep that doxing and threatening to call jobs and things like that, that people just said, hey, it ain't worth it. It had been done to Bree and Lady Nika and y'all before. And how we soft, and he never said those things. Well, Pizarro, did you see his video? Did you actually hear what he was saying? He was saying you got a little soft. You used to be tough, P. No, I'm telling the truth. I could be, listen, I could be wrong, but that was what I understood him saying. Like, y'all ain't used to be like this. And then today in his video, running plays, scamming, and do y'all take any accountability? You didn't hear that video today? Because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Go. Did you listen to his video today, Pisa? Did you listen to Triple Red? And I ain't trying to get him enough. I'm just saying from what I heard him say is you ain't see it. Now I could be wrong. That's what my recollection of it. But then again, I'm an old woman. Was it today or last night to upload? Y'all need to go watch it. You need to go watch it. You know, but anywho, that's my perspective. It's gone now. It's gone now. D Miss O, did you see it? I mean, I could be wrong. Read. I mean, it sounded like he was saying y'all got kind of soft, and he didn't find it interesting anymore. Oh, the video is gone. Okay, 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 Rico. Thank you, baby. Oh, is so the video that was uploaded is gone now. And Pizarro, you didn't see it. D Miss O, can I know? So he D Miss O, can you come up here, please? And I know sometimes I rub you the wrong way, but come up here, Miss. Am I wrong? Now listen, y'all may not recall it that way. That's the way Miss T recalled it. It seemed like shit got a little wonky when King Roman News started going after Bree Pizarro and Lady Nika. And now Lady Nika, yes, I agree. She did have deaths in the family, but I thought that shit happened after he started really coming hard at y'all. I could be wrong though. I thought it was after. No, don't do that, Duchess. Don't do that. But yeah, so Pizarro, you didn't see his video today? Okay. It was a lot of stuff. That video, Reed, are you still in here? Thank you. Thank you. See, now listen, one thing about me is I don't get it all, y'all. I don't get it right all the time, but some shit I know. I heard his video he did, and he never mentioned what was account. Okay. Okay. Stop saying that you could be. Oh, you right. My perspective. Thank you, Jilly Jill. But that was my perspective, how things happen. And if y'all go back, that's exactly. And like I said, when people have been doxxed, people jobs have been called. They, even if they didn't lose their job, if they close, see, it's mucked up when you start calling a person job, telling them what people are doing in their private lives. I don't agree with that shit Tulsa did. Again, I don't agree with calling ODS job. I just don't get in people personal life. I don't give a shit enough about this YouTube to get in people personal life. I would hope that they don't make me upset that I would even think. Now I have said some, you know, okay. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Okay, so anyway, the video is gone. The video is gone. That's it. Again, that could be my words, but I could definitely tell you I'm not the only one who heard her. I'm not the only one who probably gathered what I just said out of that video. Now, the video's not up. Okay. And he did say he wasn't going to return. He wasn't returning, but he did those two uploads, I think, for clarification. Okay. Okay. So that's how I'm going to leave it. I think that's what happened. The triangulation kind of backed off a little bit. Pizarro felt some kind of way that wasn't no one out here fighting for her. She was like, F the beef sector. I'm going elsewhere. She started going to other areas. And then she came back over here. She went on a little strike. She came back over here. And things just not have been the same over here. Now, I see people are back out making videos, which is good. It's good. I enjoy their videos. You know, I'm not gonna always drop down or be present, but I watch and it seems like some people are coming back out now and they doing videos. But some people are still on the chill mode because their lives have evolved. Okay. Okay. I don't know what, Miss T. That's not true. It was about my supporters. About your support. You doing a lot. Just jump up here and tell me because I can't do all this. I can't do all this back and forth with you, P. And I know sometimes you do be fooling with me. You be trolling me. Hey, like with Jamila. So I don't know. So the video is gone. Like I said, my perspective is what I heard. Is what I heard. And that's where I get my commentary from. What I heard. Now, the video is gone. I don't know why it's gone. You know, like I said, I don't know why Triple Red remerged. Like I said, the same I say about Rico, go back in your peaceful place. Oh, yeah, he did make a video today, and I wish you could have saw it, and then you would really probably, yeah. Okay, baby. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how many of y'all seen it, but it was there today. I saw it and I was like, wow, okay. And this is my perspective, my commentary. You may not agree with it, but I am giving unbiased commentary. And Pizarro, you my girl, and I know you feel some kind of way because I don't always come down here and really bash, because you said it several times in here, and I like for you to get your ass on this platform because I don't know why you think that I would defend anybody. And like I don't get that more men make more money. And I know y'all really believe that. I think what happened is these men are offering commentary. They are being liked. You all was liked the same way. You just made tons. You just made money from your own mouth, just to keep, who off your platform, right? So people still like y'all. People still admire y'all. Y'all still could get the numbers. Y'all just tapered down a little bit. You didn't come on as much. I don't know where the hell you went. Like I said, I think you went all over in other sectors. Bree stopped coming on, and now, okay. And Bree stopped coming on because now she has a relationship. Her life is gone. Lady Nika has some deaths in her family. I called it. And when that shit happened with Yaya and Lady Nika, people feel some kind of way. People feel some kind of way because they're connected to y'all. They really connected to y'all. So when things happen, thank you so much. When things happen between people that we think should have this everlasting relationship, it does make people feel some kind of way. Oh, Pisa, he said you knew how to contact him. He also said you could listen to Reed's commentary. I would contact him. He did say all that. No, you felt some kind of way, Pizarro, and this way I disagree with y'all sometimes. When y'all say men make more money and people, the women over here support more men, then we become male identified, we become mammies and shit. No, that's not the case. I think people support where the commentary is at, and they support them with money. Mm-hmm. And they support them with money as well as you all was getting the support. Things just shifted and things changed, and I could be wrong, but you right, Jill. I ain't wrong, and I better stop saying that shit. I ain't wrong. Is my perspective. Thank you, Jill. You didn't. I didn't want you to jump down and remind me. I don't need to contact him when he made a video in the public. This the shit I don't like. He definitely made it though, Pizarro, and I watched it. I watched it. And Kimberly says she saw it. I think D Miss O said she saw it, but the video is gone. Several people saw it because he had comments under there. It is okay if your mods drop TRX link. Yeah, but the videos are gone, Sally O'Malley. But if y'all could grab TR, absolutely. Y'all, please hit the like button. I like TRX. Absolutely, y'all could drop him. I've always been good with him. That's why when I saw him on those platforms, that's you, P. When I saw,
Yeah.
hey baby, when I saw him on those platforms, I was like, fuck, why did he return? You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, Triple Red. Just stay gone because you're doing so well. Because I've spoken with him behind the scenes, but he did make that video, Pizarro, too.
He seems to be talking to everybody but the people he should be, huh? But okay.
But
Now, Miss T, you disagreed about the male identified thing. I'm trying to figure out when you was included in the women that are male identified. Because
you
you
ain't
keep
talking
saying
about me.
we. Okay, so
No,
why are you saying we
no,
or
baby.
instead of
No, no, no,
them?
no, no, no. No, Pizarro. I just have a habit of saying we, grouping us. Not you. Not talking directly to me, and I know, but I'm just
Oh,
saying I just have a problem saying we as a collective group in the B sector, baby, as women, not just me. No, you're not talking to me. But I don't think so, Pizarro. I think people like you and and Bree and Nika, I don't think y'all really got unfair treatment. I never saw that. I
of
didn't.
course you didn't. Of course you
Stop
didn't.
it.
Well, Miss
Stop.
T, you ain't gonna see it because you barely here. And then on top of that, when it comes down to you and your fight, you
Mm.
in your
I do what? Pizarro, your sound went off. Boom. Pizarro, her sound went out. But that's how I
oh
know
no, I'm
something.
sorry.
Go
My
ahead.
fake sound bites came in. But
Okay.
when you get into your fights, you fight how you want to fight, right?
Yeah.
You shut shit down how you
Yeah.
want to. So why, when it come to me, Bree, and Lady Nika, we got to be given all these expectations from everybody else on how y'all feel that we should do things when it comes to certain individuals.
No, I told you to shut that shit down. One day you was in here, I said, Pizarro, just let that shit go. Because sometimes the
Yeah,
shit be
because you
so
tried to
goddamn.
blame me, though. You tried to blame me for his actions.
I can't. I didn't blame you for his actions. Now, where the hell did I
Miss
blame
G, we got
you?
it. Okay, if you're gonna be honest with your commentary, then we're gonna have
I
to be
will.
honest about it.
I
You
will.
blame me for the situation at hand with Lady Nika and Bree, but when it came to him threatening Bree's job and coming for Bree's job and what
Yeah.
was going on with Bree, you blame me for that. You said that I was not being a friend, going back and forth because I proceed to say, if you dox my bestie, if you mess with my bestie's job, then I'ma come fucking and temper with your shit. I'ma take it up with you. That's what I said. You
Really?
told me that I should shut that shit. Come out now. Let's see you acting like you don't know.
No, I
Now you
said it.
remember when it's
Bizarre.
pertaining to what you said
Bizarre.
we do. That's not
Bizarre.
accurate, but
Hold
not
on.
now you don't know.
I ain't bullshitting you, Pizarro. If I said
Okay.
to shut that shit down, it was to freaking protect you or protect y'all. Not
Protect
because I
me
feel
from what? Protect what? Explain that.
because
Cause I
I
feel
was
like you act like that nigga really was really gonna do something. So was I supposed to be scared of him, Miss T? I help me understand that. Protect from what?
no. I think you're getting it wrong. Listen here, your anonymity, Pizarro, keeps you safe. Bree's anonymity, Bree is not safe for Bree. So if somebody telling
Okay,
you,
and neither
hold on,
is your
you gonna let me finish?
information. Neither
Let
is
me
your
finish.
information. Y'all come on. That's my. Hold on.
Wait a
That's my
minute.
fault.
Sorry, you
When
gonna
y'all
play
come up
too
on
long.
camera, that still does not
No,
excuse what
no,
he
no, no.
did.
No, that's a good thing that y'all won't come on camera. But what I'm saying, here's the fucking reality of it, P. We come on camera. You can easily
Huh?
get to it, right? Bree comes on camera. She can easily be gotten to. She's been gotten to. Nika's been gotten to, right? You're the only one that they can't get. So my job, so what I was telling you is, just chill with that shit because they gonna keep going after Bree. Bizarre,
Even
just
though they
leave.
was already going after Bree and already had files on Bree, even though they already said that they were going to do things to Bree months prior before I even began to fight back with him. We gonna act like that didn't happen. We gonna
No,
act
no,
like he
no.
didn't already was tampering with her and had
But
files
he,
on her before I even stepped in.
but he kept saying, he made it perfectly clear, Pizarro, if you keep talking, I'm gonna go after your friend. Because basically, I
Yeah,
can't get
yeah.
to you, but I can
Why
get
do
to
they
your
do that,
friend.
Miss T? But why do
Huh?
they do that, Miss T? If we're gonna
Because
be
they
honest, why
can't
do
get
they
to
do that?
you. Because they can't
Okay,
get
and
to you.
I'm not supposed to say shit because they want to come. She knows that they gonna fuck with her. She knows that they gonna fuck with her regardless whether I say something or not. Like what happened to her, but y'all overlook that shit and always put it like, well, he said if you keep talking, you keep saying something, he gonna come after Bree. Duh, that's what doctors do. When they can't get to you, of course they go for everybody and anybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have no certain way of how it goes when it comes to a doctor. They gonna fuck with you regardless. So giving excuses for the shit to me is wild as fuck. Because I didn't say shit for a long time and he still fucked with my Becky. He still antagonized her. He still put a lot out on her. But nobody was vocal about none of this shit. Nobody didn't say anything about it. Instead, it was always making us feel like we the ones who doing shit wrong.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that when it
Of
comes to
course you
me, let
don't.
me speak for myself. Of course, I'm gonna speak for myself because I know me, right? I know me. I already tell people I'm only gonna go so far. This shit ain't worth it. This shit just ain't worth it, Pizarro. Maybe it's fun to some people, and oh, they want to see how it's not worth it. So of course I'm gonna tell y'all just leave that shit alone, back off. I just said the same thing. I wish Rico never answered. Just Rico, go back into your peaceful place. Everybody don't always have to come down here and be subjected to this bullshit. No, I don't want
Okay.
them going after Bree. To be
Yeah,
honest
but
with
then
you,
that's contradicting what y'all say.
that's
Because if you want us to back down, but then when they back down, then it say it was a change. We're not how
well,
we used to be anymore. We're not giving how we used to give, even though y'all say to back down. They
did
listen
I
and back down, and now it's the issue that they did back down. Like
Did I say
What y'all
that or your
want?
friend said
And
that? No, no,
when
no,
I
no,
back, I ain't
no.
back the fuck off. I ain't
Did
back the
I
fuck
say
off
that?
at all.
Did I say that or your friend said that to you in so many words and you didn't catch it? You
He
didn't
didn't
see the
say that to me in so many words to catch anything because when I asked him about the accountability, which is why I wanted to do a part two, because in the live that we did together, there was no accountability. But he did say when it came down to the sector, we don't move how we used to move. But why do we have to keep moving like that? It seems that y'all want us to keep coming out here and giving while y'all
Okay,
take.
so let me ask you a question, Pizarro. What made you change then? Because you used to be a feisty little mofo and you would go and you were still fighting, Pizarro. So don't sit here and tell me you didn't feel some kind of way when everybody else wasn't fighting with you.
No, I did not. I understood why they didn't say nothing. Wasn't he messing with them and already saying the stuff that he was saying?
And so because you understood that, you did what?
Still came out here and talk shit to him. And it's the same tactic that got played with me, Bree, Lady Nika, once again with Diva. It's the same shit they all do. It's just because I can't get to Bazaar, I'm going to get to y'all. I'm going to dox y'all. Mess up the what they got going on to come after them, but not affecting me. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
But you already know that's what it gives. If I
Okay, so
think
I
you,
ain't finna so I'm
Pizarro,
supposed to bow
listen,
down because I'm getting soft. Am I getting soft or am I doing too much? I need to know. Because at this point I'm confused.
did I say you was getting soft? Or that's what your friend said, who used to be a part
You
of
said
y'all?
it too. You said it too. Because you agreed with what he said. When I came here from what I heard, I ain't hear the whole commentary, so I will let you know that. From what
Okay,
I heard when I came in back in here,
no, I
you it
said
gave
what?
me the agreement that you agree with. It gave me the thought that you agree with him because of
No,
how you presented your commentary in it, and you felt that we also took a break. Now I'm trying to figure out when did I take a break besides the strike that I went on, and that was pertaining to ODS. Let y'all tell it. So when did I take a break doing the Roman thing?
okay. Now, I for one could tell you, I did say, Pizarro, let that shit go. I said, Pizarro, just let that shit go, because they gonna start fucking with the job. Let me tell you something, and I done said this before, and you already know how I get that. I don't play that doxing shit. I don't fuck with people real lives, so I hate to see it being done. So if I say something to you, who I have had a relationship with for 5 years, a little YouTube shit, Pizarro, let that shit go. Just let it go. That don't always mean you lose. That don't always mean you soft. That don't always mean you weak. It just means some shit ain't worth fighting for. Now
Okay, so
you
then
can
how did I
understand.
change then?
No, this was your friend asking you that, Miss T. I'm doing commentary on
Miss
what I
T,
said.
you said that I changed too. Did you not?
I said at one point, Pizarro, we not gonna play this. At one point, I said,
I'm
yeah,
going
you
by what you said.
no
I
no
can't
no
go
hold
by what
on.
he said. I'm only hearing what you telling me because he decided to delete the video, which is crazy as fuck. Why delete the video if you gave me a fucking response, bruh? Now I gotta go off the hearsay when you could have let me heard it. If he wanted me to contact, he could contact me too. He know how to contact me. But we made this public, so why not make it keep it public?
I'm just telling you, I saw a video today. Listen, I like Triple Red and I like you, but I'm only going on the video I saw today, and that's my breakdown of Triple Red's video. When he asked you, why weren't you strategic? Why don't you take accountability? And you were saying accountability for what? He said, y'all used to be strategic. Then he said we. And then Fire Babe jumps up there and commences to shred, going after him. And I don't know if you lost sight of what he was saying after that, because then he basically didn't
No,
go
I
in.
heard him when he said that part. And
Yeah.
I said to him, why do we have to keep being that way?
Well, because you
And
feel
he
some.
said he did not know. When I brought up, because you disagreed with this, and I brought up the men thing, he don't agree neither because He also a man, and I pointed out the benefits that he got of being a
Mm.
man, and other men too. I made examples. But if
See,
y'all
I
gonna
don't
keep
see it that
saying
way.
that that's not how y'all feel about the
I don't
situation,
see
then I mean that's fine. But that's
Okay,
how I'm coming at it.
okay, maybe because for me, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. I've been supporting you from day one since I hit this. So that shit for me don't matter. I don't believe
Lovely
because
one, and so are you, you
I don't
raggedy ass bitch.
oh Lord. I
Well, you
don't
put
I
the
don't
comment
look
up there.
at it. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even really I don't look at it, man versus woman or something. I just look like who had the entertainment. At that time,
Mm-hmm.
when people were really turning away from you all, that's what you think. Like I heard Lady Nika say yesterday, or it was on your platform when he asked why don't Lady Nika or what's going on, and she said the way she believes she lost subscribers behind, what happened between her and King Roman News, and I'm
Correct.
going to say to Yaya, see, I think people still have respect for Lady Nika. She built that respect here. I don't think if she lost people, I wouldn't know because I don't know her sub account. I just think when shit like that happens, it put people in a position that you almost forced to make a choice in some cases. You
You're
know,
not forced to make a choice as a subby. No, you're not. You're not forced at all. But you have
Bizarro,
not been paying
Bizarro.
attention, so of course you're gonna say that.
I
She
what?
a
I what?
lot of the I say you ain't been paying attention, so of course you gonna say that. Lady
Right.
Nika lost a lot of stuff. So many people turned on her. Did you not see that whole thing? This is after she lost her daddy. After the sister died in November, the daddy died in December. But you say you remember the parts with Roman, even though during the Roman thing, that's what she was going through. But you don't remember those, but you remember
You
all
know
the
what,
other stuff.
Pizarro? I have to be honest with you. You said it for yourself, Miss T. You don't be down here like that. You don't be all over. So of course you probably wouldn't know. I don't know. I know she lost the
Right.
family members now because it was all over the streets. I heard her video and stuff like that. But I also know it seems like when King Roman started really going hard at y'all, really hard at y'all, Pizarro, they backed up. Now, in the interim, maybe she did lose people and maybe she lost them before that, but I wouldn't know. You right. I don't watch every video. So you right. I'm gonna give you that on that. But
Yes,
I don't think I'm
they backed up.
all.
I did not. I did not.
Okay.
You
Okay.
said that I also went
Yeah,
somewhere else to other sectors. I stayed right here in the beach sector. I ain't go nowhere. I continue doing my damn commentary. And if he came out and he said something that addressed me, I'll address his ass back. I didn't go nowhere.
okay. Okay. Maybe you know what, Pizarro? You got it. You got it. You got it. You said you ain't go nowhere. I thought at one point your ass walked away from here too. And
No, I've been saying that I want to walk away, but I still keep coming back. That was the conversation that we had up there. Did you not hear that conversation when we explained? Well, when I explained my reasons behind it, and Lady Nika said why she said it. Then Bree gave her response the next day once she heard my live of our conversation. But the weed situation, Triple left, so there was no
so let me
weed
ask
once
you
he
something.
left.
Okay, let me ask you something. And I'm just going on you because again, you didn't see the video. Some people saw it, but you did. Do you feel as though that triple? And I'm just asking you because I know he left
Mhm.
for a good reason. I think you and I and some other people know that he went to do his business adventure. Do you really think that he just left and abandoned y'all?
No, because it was about his life. I mean, you can't say somebody abandoned you when they're going to do things for their life. I mean, he let it be known and let everybody know. So I could say it too. He quit his job. So I mean, am I gonna be selfish and have him more focused on us over here on YouTube and shit,
Uh-huh.
or? be understanding and be like, well, yeah, it's your life. You quit your job, so you're trying to start your own business,
Start
build
his
your own
business.
stuff up. So
Mhm.
you don't have time to be here. And then, people can try to call your job and stuff like that and want to fuck with you too. So of course. So no, I did not feel like he abandoned us at all because he left
Mhm.
for the reasons that he left, which was real life. Because if real life needed me to go, bitch, I'm gone. I don't give a damn how you feel.
Say what again? Say what again?
I
Because I
say,
want to.
I say, I say, if real life is calling for me like that, I motherfucking leave too, and don't give a damn how you feel.
Okay, so if somebody's doxing you and doing fucked up stuff to you, since we gonna go there, and excuse me, y'all, then wouldn't you leave or wouldn't you bow out? You don't want people calling your job and shit. Just say we knew who you was. You was Regina Lewis, and we know you worked at Dollar Tree, and people start calling your job. People start sending videos to your job. Do you think this YouTube shit is worth it?
Yeah, people still come on. Yeah, YouTube could be worth it for some people, and some people it's not. And don't YouTube do that? I don't understand why it's put on me, but everybody else around here done
No,
got
I'm
doc,
asking you because
jobs
you up here.
called, and the whole nine yards. I don't get that.
No, sweetheart, I'm asking you because you up here talking to me. If anybody else came up, I would ask them the same thing. At one point, your life is for real. And when people start threatening to call your job, and you may have an inkling that they may know your shit, or they may be that diabolical, that whatever y'all call it, then
Yeah, and
wouldn't you
people
do
have called people jobs and they have doxed them how many times, Miss T, and they still here. They're still here.
that? You see this? You see some of the
They still
conversation?
come by.
Mm-hmm. I
While
don't.
he was
I
trying
don't.
to have a conversation. I was
Did you?
typing out. Well, I
Wait.
do type in my chat. Am I supposed to stop typing in my chat? I mean, I could type in the chat and listen to him at the same time.
Maybe he felt some kind of way. I don't know. I can't say what was in his head. I can only tell you what I heard
Hmm.
and my perspective of it. And that's why I say that. But when it comes to you telling me that Miss T, I always defend somebody else, I never that's a damn lie. And you know better.
Yeah,
So
you see that,
that's why
please.
sometimes
But
I ask your ass,
they don't do that. They always put it off on me. That's the thing, and I don't get why they only do that shit to me. But
put
I
what
mean,
off on
then
you,
again, I
Bizarre?
do
Put
because
what off on you?
at the end of the day, y'all, people are going to dox people because that's what they want to do.
Right. I agree
It
with
don't
you.
matter if it got anything to do with anyone taking up for them. They're going to do that shit. Okay. Rodney's whole mama got doxxed all because Rodney cussed his ass out. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at the end of the day, and what if his mama would have came out? What you would have told his mama shut the fuck up? Well, not shut the fuck up, but be quiet, don't say nothing. No, cause she done got doxxed. So I mean, people gonna do what they want to do just to be sector, ain't
I
it? Ain't
agree
to
with
be
you.
set to do
I
that?
agree. No, I agree with you that if they want to dox you, they go dox you. But my thing is too,
Oh, lovely one. I'm so mad. Yes, I am.
else but who is lovely one? They on you, whoever lovely one is.
She
But
just a weird
I
old
believe
bitch.
let me tell you something. I do believe that if you all are come okay, just say for instance, you all are making videos, people are back, it's good to see y'all like back in, making videos and shit. I do believe if y'all would have just stood strong, maybe his perspective would have been a little different. I believe Triple Red X, and I could be wrong, have probably been watching. And the reason why I say he's been watching, because I've been calling y'all a triangulation, right? You all heard me say that, y'all little triangle. He's calling it the trifecta. Now the trifecta was a new name. That was by who? So I think he's been watching, and perhaps he might have felt some kind of way and he wanted to sit down and talk, and things didn't go. I wish he would have left the video up because I don't want it to seem like I'm just, blowing smoke up your ass or saying stuff out the top of my head. I know what I heard today.
Well, he can't feel some type of way when I'm the one that's out here. I don't understand that. And that's the thing. How are people gonna feel some type of way on how we decided to move? Because
That's
everybody get
true.
to move how they want to, correct?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right.
I
So
guess
how is that feeling some type of way about how we decide to move? I just because we stopped doing a strategic commentary. Okay.
right.
Do
I
we
guess
owe them that? Do we
no,
owe
you don't
y'all
owe
that?
no.
Oh,
But
oh,
I
okay. 'Cause
asked
it
you
seems
for
like he thinks that maybe from what you're saying, it seems like he maybe think that we owe the B sector that we don't owe them shit, just like they say they don't owe us nothing. So I don't get why we have to sit here and do the most like what we used to do and how we used to do things for the sake of the same sector that done turn on us and everybody just looks the other way and like they don't see shit. But okay.
see, again, Pizarro, I never looked at it like the sector turned on y'all. I think there was a division at one point because shit happened. But as far as turned on y'all, no, because Pizarro, think about it. If the sector would have really turned on you, when you go live, you wouldn't have that many people in your chat. Think about it. So don't
Just
say the
because
sector.
you have that many people, Miss T, you can't say that until you get out here and fight with these motherfuckers and you have
Yeah.
everybody on your motherfucking neck as long as they have of mine. After you be knowing me a long time, and you keep bringing that back to Roman, but you ain't gonna go further back than Roman of the beast that I had, the whole sector that I had to fight with. We gonna forget that? You
No,
gonna
you had
seriously act like it's all
no,
based around just only him? Like we don't know the
no,
history of
no,
motherfuckers turn. See,
no,
that's what I'm
you did
talking about right there.
no,
Right there.
no.
Where y'all downplay shit. Y'all downplay shit. That's okay. That's
No,
why we
no,
downplaying
no,
shit too.
you're not gonna do me like that. I never
Miss
said
T, no,
no, no.
no, because you're not gonna act like it's based only off of him. Like
I'm
that's
not saying
crazy for
it's
you to
based
say you
off
don't
of him.
see the set that turned on us.
I'm not saying
Really? Really? You ain't see the
hold,
set that turned on
hold
us?
on.
That's
You
crazy.
hold on. I said other people came and fighting y'all. But when I saw the transition, when I saw shit breaking down with the trifecta, is when King Roman came at y'all. And
There's
then that
nothing
started.
wrote down with
No,
the
no, no.
trifecta just
Then
because they decided to back out. They done backed off other many times too. I mean, the whole Kimmy debacle, they backed off. I mean, that's what Bree and Lady Nika does when they livelihoods get threatened and people threaten the doc still and tamper with their life. They back off. Is that new when it came to Roman? Is that new now? Did Roman invent that and something new into the set? That is what you're telling me, Missy?
I don't think it's new to Roman, but I think for me, what I saw is that's when this last thing where you all was doing the triangulation kind of broke up. After that shit started happening.
When did we
That's
break up?
to me, everything kind of, simmered down with y'all doing videos and fighting and going back and forth is when that shit with Roman came. I'm telling you, it was like
I
he has.
didn't stop fighting and going back and forth. Only Bree and Lady Nika did. So how does that indicate we broke up? Because they didn't come out here and entertain y'all, and you barely was watching, but you
How you
saw
know what
what
I
you
was watching? I saw
saw.
what I saw. You can't take away what I saw. You can't take away my perspective. Now
I'm not
I
taking
be in
away.
your
All you
bushes.
doing is
Hold on.
giving me what
I
you
be
so
in your
called saw.
bushes. I be in your bushes a lot of times. It
Hmm.
is what it is. No, I don't watch every goddamn video down here. And I say when it gets really bad, I go
But
ahead and
then, Miss
take
T,
off.
you can't tell us what we ain't did if you ain't watched every video down here. That's crazy. You can't
Hold on.
tell us that motherfuckers ain't turned on us if you weren't here to see all the bullshit that went on. All you focus on what went on with Roman, but not the after fact of Roman. That you
Oh,
didn't
see,
see. Not you seeing the shit that went on when Kimmy and Bree
I
got into
saw
it and how long that lasted
with
and how the
who?
sector was
With
on our
who?
ass. I guess you
With
forgot
who?
the part when I had went at it with Fine in the sector was on my ass. I guess
Oh,
those
I
things
remember. Oh,
just don't exist anymore.
Pizarro.
And this
Pizarro.
Roman are. So Roman,
Pizarro.
how did we break up? Because I'm
PRS
still trying to understand that part. How
Pizarro.
did we break up?
Pizarro. TRX wasn't talking about that because he was here back
I
then.
don't give a damn what he was talking about. I ain't hear
But
the video.
that's what I'm
I'm
talking
talking
about.
about what you seen.
He was that's what I was talking about, what I got out of TRX. Because he was here when you and Fi was
No,
going at
Miss T, you can't say you getting that from TRX if you saying what you have
it.
watched
Y'all
yourself
go
and
ahead.
you're going off of what you have
Y'all
saw
okay.
yourself. How are you gonna change that from you saying what you saw and what you witnessed and then say you getting it from him?
Let's see. Oh, he put the video back up. So why don't you here go TRX? Now I could be wrong. Here go TRX probably to straighten me out. That's you, Trip?
Yeah, it's me. What's up?
TRX. I watched your video today. I was sitting here giving my perspective. Have you been listening?
No, I actually got a DM and they were like,
What?
"Oh, what do you mean? What?" I wasn't. I'm not. Y'all think people don't got stuff going on? I literally got a DM and I was like, "Oh crap!" So I had to like come on here and turn on the computer and stuff. I wasn't sitting here watching, so I don't know
Okay.
exactly what the issue is. The only thing that I did hear was like maybe the past like couple of minutes where it sounds like she said, "How can he feel a type of way when we stop doing strategic commentary?" And I'm just thinking to myself like, that sounds kind of crazy because do you think I'm running around pouting like, oh, you guys stop doing stuff this way? No, I don't care. What I was just saying is that I noticed that and I felt like that's adding to the breakdown of the sentiment, which we've already discussed. So I don't know what it's kind of like we're having a circular conversation. We talked about this on your panel. I don't understand where the disconnect is coming from, I guess.
So just for my
The
understanding,
disconnect is coming from Miss T telling me that you did a video today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
let
didn't hear
me
that.
let me
Go
ask
ahead,
you a
Miss
question.
T.
Gotcha. Okay.
When you was asking Pizarro these questions, just let me ask you this: was you talking about before you left Triple Red, or are you talking about the latter days, the latter years? Like you left a year ago. Were you talking about back then? Because we know what happened with Five Baby and with everybody else. Are you talking about what happened recently that they stopped really going doing videos and being strategic? What point are you talking about so I can have clarification?
That's a good question. So I'd have to say it's probably not probably. It's a mix of like if maybe we can go back like a year and a half to 2 years. I feel like that's almost as far back as we can go. 2 years might be a little bit pushing it, but I
Okay.
just noticed that it was just like it ebbs and flows. It always ebbs and flows. I mean that's what the sector always does. It's always the
Mm-hmm.
highs and the lows. But it's not like I can't sit here and just say like, oh, this specific moment in time caused XYZ. Because and I wasn't even really trying. It wasn't even I think people are making it also deeper than it really is.
Okay.
Like when we were having a one-on-one, she knows a lot of what I mean and a lot of it is unsaid, but it's like we've known each other for a while now, so when I'm telling her certain things, she can probably hit up certain memories in her head, like, oh, I remember we used to do this, or I remember this, or I remember that. That's all it was. It was a one-on-one conversation. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be about the whole sector. And I think that's where people got it messed up. I am not trying to fix the sector. I'm not no hero. I
Okay.
literally was just me and her were having a conversation. Did you not feel that way, Pizarro, or is it a disconnect from that?
He talked to you, Pizarro.
Um, well, yeah, it was a disconnect from that because if I'm gonna be honest, if I got people in the streets letting me know there's the issue there, and you say, yeah, there is an issue when you hit my link, then I mean, how come everybody else know, but I wasn't notified?
But who's
So
telling
yeah,
you
it was
that? That's what I'm saying. That I asked you in the comment
a.
section. Who told you that?
You didn't hear Roman's content.
Not that specific
You
live because
ain't
I was
see
not.
all the trolls and the subbies going from chat to chat talking about it.
When
So
was
you're
this
now.
Pizarro from? I didn't see Roman's
That was the
content.
day he hit. Well,
Oh,
she didn't see his content.
she get on my
Mhm.
nerves. Of course, she didn't see it, but go ahead, carry on.
Right, of course she didn't see it, baby.
Shut up. Go ahead. Answer his
Yeah,
question.
he did. How you think I put your name in my title?
But Pizarro, like let's be for real. I don't know if this is like a little bit of like we playing games here or not, because people say things all the time, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like minus King Roman's commentary, let's just talk about the trolls part, because that part is what's crazy to me. People are going to try to make a narrative out of anything, right? So if I hit certain person's link and didn't hit everybody's link, then there's a problem. Oh, there's something going on. That's just what
Mm-hmm.
people assume, and that's what people are going to come up to. So the problem that I have is more so, I think from what I did check in when I would pop in here and there, I was like, damn, and I said this on your panel, by the way, that you're doing all this weird, I don't want to say weird, you're doing all this stuff with the, I just feel like the quality of the people that you've been dealing with lately has just been kind of like lackluster, like the husband stuff. But that was more of like a funny thing. Like when ODS asked, like, did you hear about your husband? And I was like, yeah, I did. No comment at this time. Like I'm, just being a little salacious with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, I got an issue with it or whatever, and
I know.
that's really all it was. Yeah, okay, exactly. So
I'm so
I feel
far.
like now, but you're now saying, how do all these people know? And I mean, it's making it worse than what it was. It was more like a tit for tat. Like we always kind of pick at each other. So I mean, that's just like our normal relationship, I guess.
Mm.
And I know I'm adding more logic. I know I can sit here
Oh.
and play the
Oh.
the crazy and get all rah. But I mean, I got shit going on, so it's not like I'm gonna be able to just play that game right now. Like if I was down here doing lives consistently, then yeah, I'd be able to give you a little more. But it's really nothing I can give on that besides just the raw honest truth.
Can I ask you a question? Go ahead, Pizarro. Did you want to ask? Because I got a question.
No, you can
Triple
ask
Red,
your question.
with you saying that, do you feel like, uh, uh, mm, do you feel like things did sort of fall apart when the KRN situation and Pizarro and Bree and them took place? Were you aware of that situation?
Well, I mean, I did see bits and pieces of it, but I did have to say, like, it wasn't, I seen it the live moment, right? Like I had to go back and catch up because somebody
Mm-hmm.
was telling me about it. But the part where it actually, I think, broke down with us, if we were being really honest, it
Mm-hmm.
would be when that chicken wing challenge thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we had that
Okay.
allegation put on me and Bree about doxing. When that happened, I told y'all, I was like, when you get around legal stuff like that, just like for example, Rico opened the door, and if he would have said nothing and not even opened the door, he wouldn't have been able to get charged, right? You know what I mean? Like it's very hard
Mm-hmm.
to indict someone, if you don't have any evidence and things like that. Like he kind of walked himself into that. So when it
Mm-hmm.
came down to that jacket that was put on us for doxing, I said that we don't need to say anything, because anything that we say is going to be twisted and turned and picked apart to make it seem like we did something, because people want to believe that happened. No matter how many times there has never been a receipt or anything, they're going to want that to happen, right? So since they
Mm-hmm.
want that to happen so bad, you give any commentary, thoughts, opinions, whatever, they're going to say, oh, did you hear her say this on his platform? Did you hear him say this? And just twist it and twist it and twist it, and then all of a sudden we done dock somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, go on mute. Don't even acknowledge that story, because you're gonna walk yourself into some bull crap. And we kept quiet for a little bit, but for whatever reason, a few of y'all like started to respond to it because y'all, the heat, the pressure was getting to y'all. And when that happened, I checked out. I checked out because I was like, listen, I know how to play the game just like everybody else does. So when that happened, I was checked out. I just stopped kind of doing what I normally do in the sector, at least with y'all. And I'm sure y'all knew that. I was really upset when we didn't follow that protocol. So, and that is what I
Wow.
think. And the rest of what they happened later on, that I didn't have any part in that. I wasn't even here.
Mm. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you for clearing. So I think we just kind of differ on some things. I appreciate you, Trip, because I didn't say
I
as
need
if
to. So,
go.
so
Oh,
what is
okay.
the accountability that I need to be accounted for?
Okay. So I said this actually on the first video. I know you didn't see the second one, which I can make it unlisted or whatever. It was really not that big of a deal. But basically, when you were saying that you were talking about people turn their back on you and stuff like that, right? But you were talking about multiple moments. So like you were saying, like, oh, like they treat the men better, or they do this, or they do that. Like it was multiple things. The men, your moderators, you know how you had that big thing where a lot of them fell out with you, and then you had a lot of things where certain subbies left, certain OG subbies left, and did other things and stuff like that. I was just saying that
Mm-hmm.
technically, there's not like you can't just say it 100% like you're the victim. There's probably some things that you might have done that would have caused some of these things to happen. Not like you're 100% to blame, but like you can be like, yeah, and you know what? Like I did cuss out my moderator without thinking about it, and because I was pissed or I was emotional, or whatever, and that's why they left. But if I would have stopped and actually did something, talk with them, whatever, it might not have went
But
that
I
way.
did not cuss on my mom. No, no,
This is
no.
not an exact scenario.
But
These are
you,
like hypotheticals. So don't get you don't get into
okay.
details of what I'm just saying because I can't sit here and pinpoint. Like I have to sit here and think back on every little moment. Like I'm not gonna be able to do that. But I'm saying that
Disrespecting
anything
me.
that happens, there's a cause and effect. Like there's not like one day you're just on live and then everybody's like, oh, we're gonna turn our back on you. Like that just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? That's all. And you can say no, F it. No, it was all that fault. I am 100% the victim, and you can have that. I mean, it doesn't change anything. I just thought that maybe that might help to like admit to certain things, and maybe you can not win back, but maybe you can have discussions with people that you probably have like 100% thought that it was dead. Because there's probably plenty of people that y'all have fell out with that really liked you and cared for you, and probably vice versa. And you are letting pride keep you from reconnecting.
So that was your angle.
Yeah.
That was your angle, Trip.
The same motherfuckers that claim to like me be the same motherfuckers that sit in their other chats talking cash money shit. I mean, saying some real fucked up shit. So it's kind of hard for me to believe, Trip. Kind of hard for me to believe.
Which part are you finding hard to believe?
When you saying that I need, maybe it's some people that I could have cussed out and did wrong, and I can probably, I guess get back with them or some shit like that. But the same people that I have had these issues with, they have talked shit about me. A lot of them were talking cash money shit, and usually I don't even give a fuck. But I decided why not let these motherfuckers sit in my chat and be up over here with me in the motherfucking intel, and they get to be up in other bitches' chat talking all that shit that they can fucking talk. So I decided to get bitches up out of there. That was it. I don't want to reconnect with the motherfuckers at all because they didn't really like me at all. No, I didn't do shit to the motherfuckers. They turned on us for him. And I don't know why everybody acting like that ain't what happened. They literally turned, and this one in the motherfucking chat, the comment before that, she another one. Got pissed off and angry about some shit that didn't even involve her just because she want to be a part of the motherfucking crowd.
So, oh, that. So, see, this is where I'm going. What Pizarro talking about, triple red, and and this is where the angle I took. I thought that's why I asked you specifically. Do you think the real breakdown came when that incident when King Romanus came and started going at all of them, and we had other people who Pizarro would deem turned against them and took sides? That's where I saw a lot of the breakdown of the triangulation. But I could be
Wait a
wrong, and
minute. Who
that's
you
what I
bringing up?
Kimberly Black. No,
Oh, okay.
this is my
Okay.
mind queen. I don't just let everybody up, y'all. We don't do all that craziness now. We are doing a couple of cousin things, but Kimberly, can you stand by until
Sure.
I finish it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is where the
Hey,
conversation
Kim.
was going.
I
I was like, Pizarro, I think that what Triple Red was talking about, accountability and stuff. I said, my perspective is that I think a storm blew through here. And Pizarro was like, no, Miss T, before and things. And I was like, no, it seems like when King Roman News and them got into this beef and he started going really hard and he was going to do certain things as a reference to doxing and trying to find Pizarro and all that crazy shit. I think that Bree and Nika, Pizarro was going, but I think Bree and Nika kind of calmed down a little bit doing the videos because they didn't want that energy because they was at jeopardy. And that's what I was trying to say. That's why I asked you, did you see when all that took place?
So I seen the one thing that I did majorly see was the Billie Jean production. I did see that. But when it comes to all those other tidbits that you just had, so for
Okay.
one, I can't speak on Bree and Nika,
Okay.
and I can't even speak on Pizarro technically on what they thought in their head. That's why the question and the conversation happened. So I don't know what
Okay.
they feel. I can only get bits and pieces of what she feels from what she
Right.
told me so far. Number
Right.
two,
Okay.
when it comes down to when it all happened, I think there were cracks like well before that, but I think that that could have helped push a bigger crack, right? But if we really want to get
Okay.
down to it, it's going to become a blame game. It's going to be, well, they did this, did she did that, whatever. If you play the blame game, you're just going to get pissed off. Everybody's going to get emotional, and we're not going to get anywhere. So
Okay.
I can't say this exactly was the reason from their perspectives. Only can give you the perspective that I felt like are, because in reality, like me, so if we go way to the back, me and Bree, when I was first down here, we're like really
Okay,
cool.
so
We
do you
always
feel like I'm soft?
Wait,
what?
let him finish, P. Let him. No, he's saying let's. He said first of all, I want to just grab. He said was cracks already in the foundation, and perhaps when King Roman News came in, he almost like entirely destroyed the foundation somewhat.
No, I don't think he
Afterward,
entirely destroyed it. I would never say that. I don't think any.
well,
I don't think
not
they're destroyed. I don't think
no,
they're
not
destroyed. They're still
destroyed.
here.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because
yeah,
I don't want that put on me. Because then they're gonna
okay.
say, "Oh, he was
Sorry,
saying all this
sorry,
stuff."
sorry.
Absolutely not. But I basically was just gonna say really quick. Me and Bree, we
But
were,
Yeah.
crack the
what
foundation
about
in
it?
what way though, Triple?
You said it yourself. Like you've been saying that there's people that have turned on you. There's people that have done all these things. You start saying f this, f that, and then you said that you stopped caring because they held you at a higher thing. And once all that was kind of
Standard.
weighing on you, you was kind of over it. That's a crack in the foundation when you're over it.
Mm, okay.
And again, this is going way further than it needs to. Like it really is. And I can see you're pissed off, Pizarro, which, be pissed off, but that wasn't
Mm-hmm.
the purpose of us having a conversation was for you to get pissed off. The purpose of us was just to lay out certain things on the table. Like, damn, like this happened, like what happened? Why did you stop doing XYZ? And you told me you were like, fuck it, I'm not about to do shit for them because they've been doing all these negative things to me. And we got that answer. So it's like we're kind of making it messy now.
Okay. I don't want to make it too messy. I just okay, Kimberly. What's up, Queen? Kimberly? Kimberly?
Yeah, I had to come off mute. I
Okay.
apologize.
Go
So
come.
you made some very good points, Trip, and um, I'm just trying to figure. You say there were some cracks, and I could see where some cracks were. Just for pure example, I have nothing against Pizarro. I have followed Pizarro when she was in Tracy's chat, when we were Tracy's pieces. I followed her when she got her platform. But for some strange reason, she chose to pick up or just a regular, pretty much non-confrontational subby to go at. And I was like, where did that come from? So that makes people back away from you. It's not because they chose to, it's because you did something to manifest that. And I absolutely did not do anything to you. I gave Lemon a super chat saying, congratulations on you doing your first contest. And you took it and read it some other kind of way. I even posted it on my wall so that you could see that that was not what it said. The people in your chat was even bringing it to your attention. I didn't read it that way. I didn't read it that way. What you were saying, the way you were saying it, and then from there on, now if you see me in somebody else's chat, I don't even speak to you, say anything to you, and then you go holler about that fake bitch or that fake ass, and I'm like Kimberly Black, and I'm like, why? That's why if you have people leaving you, it's because of things like that. If you did other people like
Oh,
you
so
did for
you
me,
gonna act like you ain't saying nothing, huh?
girl,
Let's get
pull
to
it up,
shoot.
pull it up. I'm gonna tell you.
Wasn't
I'll
you?
tell you what I
What happened
said
to
if
the
I said
side
this,
eye?
huh?
Wasn't you side eyeing us? I thought you was
When I
side
what?
eyeing us. Wasn't you in Reed chat?
I was in Reeds. I go to Reeds every morning. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
Well
what does
then
that
you
mean?
go in her chat. Go back in her chat.
I go
Because
in her chat
you're not
every
gonna
day
act like what you said is not the reason why I said what I said. So
because I
you
said
not
something
no
about
picture.
because I said
You said
somebody
some
about something about
you was
side
in a
eye. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
no you good. You was in that chat saying a lot of little things and
No,
being
ma'am. No,
slick.
ma'am. No,
And
bizarre. And if I
I
was,
saw
I would like
you.
for you to show it to me. Please show it to me. You have a
Okay, so
community
you want me
wall.
to go do that right now?
No, I don't. I want you to do it
You
at your
want okay.
convenience. I want you to do it at your
Okay.
convenience because I can almost guarantee you. I ain't said not. I didn't mention your name. And if I said
No,
side
you did
eye,
not. I
it wasn't
said what
pertaining
she
to
was
you.
saying in the chat. The live was about us. She was speaking. We was speaking about us.
Girl. Okay. Okay. Well, that's
Okay.
all I.
So
That's
Well,
was
all I
you
have to
was you
say
just typing in
about
the
it.
chat
No.
and you weren't hearing the commentary?
If you perceived that it
Is
was
that what you're
about
gonna tell
you,
me?
if you perceived me saying that, if
She
I
literally
said
was
that,
talking.
I'm
Okay,
not gonna
Kimberly.
argue with you
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
So
argue with you about
you
it.
came up here to say like I did you wrong. Is that's what I'm getting? Because that's bullshit.
You can take it any way you want it. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I just find it very peculiar that somebody that you claim to trust, which was TRX, was telling you is clearly saying that there is a problem, there was a problem, and maybe you need to take some
Yeah, it
accountability.
was a
And
problem with
again,
the
you
subbies.
cannot. And so I
There
rest my
isn't no
case. Y'all
accountability
have a
that
great
I
day.
need to
Thank you, Miss
motherfucking
T.
take. Y'all don't give
hey,
no
thanks,
accountability to
Kimberly.
nobody up on this bitch. So I don't know how Triple or you or anybody else gonna tell me to take any fucking accountability. When y'all gonna get accountability to the fucking sector? I've been
No,
taking accountability since
This ain't
I've been a
about the sector
motherfucking
though.
content creator. Yes, it
Pizarro,
is. Yes, the fuck it is. It's
Pizarro,
B
I think
sector.
she was just
I'm B
saying
sector. The hell
when
we talking about?
Pizarro, I think she was
This
saying
is bullshit.
that was just an example how I think that somehow y'all lost subs because people start cussing out subs and not respecting the subs. And
The
you
same
know,
motherfuckers that cut me out,
so you
my
seen them in
studies
the
that
chat.
I hold on, the studies I built where we have the relationship where we cuss each other out. There's some that don't cuss me out and I don't cuss them out. So that's bullshit, Missy.
No, I'm saying that's what she said. That was an example. And that's where
It
she said
yeah
Triple
yeah.
Red was saying, do you take Pizarro? It ain't about trying to beat up on you because I'm definitely not gonna do that and I'm not gonna allow
I
you
ain't getting beat up. I just think that's just some bullshit though, because telling me to take accountability for cussing out my studies that done cuss me out, and y'all act like y'all didn't see them cuss me out, and I'm just cussing them out for no reason is crazy as fuck.
No, you know what I
Y'all be
see?
acting like these
What
studies don't be
happens?
out here doing
But
they
see
shit
that.
that they fucking do.
See,
Hold on, T
I think what
Velocity.
happens is,
I'm
hold
gonna
on,
mute.
calm down. I think what happens is because the subbies go from place to place and they are flip floppers, a lot of them, she may see subby somewhere else because I've heard people say that, oh, I saw you over in somebody's chat. And that would make her feel some kind of way. So when they come back in her chat, and I'm not talking about you, Kimberly Black, because you everywhere, but I don't see you being messy. When they come back in her chat, she like, no, nah, why you over here? You was just over there in Joe Blow's chat talking about me. Stay over there. Are you saying something like that, Pizarro? Am I misunderstanding that you basically see these people talking shit about you in other places and then you come back in your live and then they over there and you cuss them out?
No, I was
Oh,
talking about that when I was speaking on the subject. I was talking about that, but pertaining to me cussing out my subjects, they are the subjects that be in my chat,
right.
that comes
And that's
in my
your
chat,
relation.
and they would talk shit to me in my chat, and I'll cuss them out,
You
and then
cuss
they
it.
get mad.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let me say this real quick because I see where, yeah, it's just kind of.
Yeah. And I
So
don't want it to
basically,
go there
this.
because it ain't a jump on Pizarro thing. And
Well,
Kimberly
it's
definitely
gotten
did
made
come up here to
worse.
say that.
Yeah, no, you're good. It got
Definitely.
worse because I think it's a lot of assumptions and things like that. Like, for example, we're talking about one specific example with Kimberly Black, and that
Mhm.
became everything that we're talking about is only about that. Like, we're saying that you need to take accountability for that, and that's not what I was saying at all. Literally, this is what I was trying to say. We used to have fun. The energy was good. We had good commentary. We had good things going on, and that was it. Then all of a sudden, when I came back and started kind of peeking in, it just seemed like the energy, like it just seemed like y'all just didn't give a fuck. And I was just like, well, damn, I wonder what's going on. And so that's what we talked about. And then you told me the reason why you're feeling this way is because of all these things that happened. And I said, well, all these things that happened to you, is it 100% like someone else's fault, or did some of that stuff come from you too? That's what I'm saying. So we're getting really into the specifics and the deeps and all this kind of stuff. When if you go back to her live, she said X, Y, Z, these things happen to me. They support the men. They do this, they do that. They don't do this with me, so I don't give a F no more. And I was like, well,
say that.
what?
I listen.
Oh yeah. And then I'm like, okay, well, what did you do to make that happen too? Like, you know, I was having, that's all I was trying to get to. But now we're getting to the point of, oh, it's BS. Y'all trying to say, I should take it. Who are y'all to tell me this and this and that? I'm like, how did we get here? It seems like somebody probably did commentary to get into somebody's head. I don't know, potentially, because based on the voice notes. Oh, well, maybe I didn't know if it was you, but whatever. Based on the voice notes and stuff that I got over the past couple of days, or past day rather, it seemed like somebody was trying to spin something, but I didn't get a chance to hear it. So I can't, it's hard for me to combat what I have not been able to hear. But I feel like I'm being very clear because we were having a conversation, but now all of a sudden I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what broke. But it seems almost like there's a narrative trying to be spent to turn it around versus to get to the core of what the hell we were talking about.
Okay.
And the core of what we was talking about is how we moved, but we explained that. So,
but who's, you shouldn't say we, because at first I said they, like all of y'all, and then I took that back because they weren't there, and then I kept it on you because if I would have done that, that would have been very unfair. So I stopped. And I definitely clarified that.
So I did.
So then that's you putting it all on me. So am I the fault?
Oh my
for
God,
how
no! Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm talking about what. I'm not talking about the whole sector, and that's what I keep saying. I'm not
talking about.
I'm not saying that you are supposed to carry the whole sector. I'm talking about me. The fault of what?
Then so is it my commentary?
The fault of what, though? Let's get to the what is the fault that you're asking me?
I'm literally at, because the way that you are explaining it, since it's just me and I'm the only one that stayed here. You say I ain't move how I normally move, right? It's different how it is. It comes off as putting me as the fault of how things move with the sector. That's how I perceive that.
That's not what we were talking. Okay, well, thank you for telling me your perception, but that's not what I'm saying. I literally, when we were having a conversation, which it didn't seem a lot of confusion when we first had it, I literally said, we used to do all these different types of things. You said, yeah, we did. And then I asked you, well, why did you stop? And then I said, why? And we, talking about me and you, not me, you, and everyone else. And I said, well, why did we stop?
Oh, okay. So me and you.
No, y'all as a whole, Pizarro, like you.
No, Mika, he said just me and him.
Me and you were having a conversation. That's what I'm talking about. So in this conversation,
that's what I'm saying.
Right. In that conversation, I said, we used to do these things. And then I said, why did you stop? And you told me your problems. And then I asked you, okay, well, not exactly. I don't think I asked you this yet, but I was going to ask you, well, what did you do? Do you think that you did to contribute to that? You said everything that they did. And I just asked you, what did you feel like that you did? And it's nothing about you carrying the sector. It's not about you doing everything. I didn't do shit
to them, though.
Okay, so then
I didn't do shit to them.
Then so we solved it. You are blameless. And that's okay. That's how you feel, and that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Okay. But if we take the blame out and we take accountability out, because I think that's where you're getting mad, and we just go backwards, we just were talking about how we used to have a lot more fun.
But I'm still having fun.
What happened? Like,
okay.
What happened?
Then good. So then basically when I asked you, why did you stop having, quote unquote fun? You said all these things and you said you don't give a F. But now you're telling me today.
No, but I'm
Okay.
still having fun because I'm still here. I'm still coming for the intels.
Mhm.
Okay, so then you're still having fun. So basically, from what I was told on our first live that we did together, that wasn't the case. So now I
I'm
understand why
just
you're
moving
upset.
how I want to move.
And you can do that. I never tried to tell you to not do this exactly. I was just trying to get to
I know.
understanding. So basically, what are you so upset for now? Because I don't even know how we got here.
Well, go ahead and
Well,
blame it
no,
on
I
Miss
got
T.
upset. Yeah, because she already know.
Yeah, Miss T. Go
Was
ahead,
it this
blame it on
That
commentary?
second bit, it was this commentary of your second video that I didn't hear, where I was
Okay.
referred to as being soft. I have
Never
got
said
soft.
that.
Uh,
Go ahead. Did I say soft?
Did he say soft? No.
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead to what you were saying. Oh, you're waiting on her to say if I
No,
said you're soft?
yeah, because I didn't hear your video. I went
Oh.
off of what Miss T in the chat was telling me.
Did I use the word soft? Maybe I did. That's what I'm asking. Did I?
uh,
I don't.
Trip.
Miss
Did you
Yes.
take?
T, cat got your tongue?
Hold on, the cat ain't got my tongue. I'm about to ask him a question. If you just stand by and let me run this. Trip, did you take the video down?
It's private, yes.
Oh, it's private. So is it members only?
No, I don't have members on my backup page.
Oh shit, it was a
I
back.
literally the first video that I posted, I wrote in the comments, I was like, I'm not keeping this up long. I'm just putting it up just to get
Oh,
my message across, and I'm putting it down because I don't want people to run to that page and subscribe. I'm not trying to build a page.
okay. I
But
see you
so
did that.
what are you gonna say, Miss T?
No, I just the way it sound this morning, to me you felt a little way, and I don't know if you felt as though that, but you did make me realize something when you said the foundation was already cracking. So when I heard, so now that you say that, I asked Pizarro even earlier, did y'all already feel some type of way before all this happened? Because I did listen to your video and some of it sounded a little shady. Now I can't remember word for word. Y'all dealing with me. Y'all know Miss T, but it seemed a little shady in that you was basically saying that things have changed and it seemed like your core group at that particular time was weakened. That was my perspective of it. And I said, Pizarro, did did you weaken? And then we start talking, and because you didn't know at that particular time, you was asking what happened. And I said, this is what I think happened. That's where Pizarro and I was going back and forth. I said, I think that a storm came by and blew them down, basically. I think when they got in that big debacle with King Roman News, that they kind of weakened. They just said, like, fuck it. And I said they probably had good reason to. I never spoke ill of it. I just said, because who wants their job docs? Who wants, their livelihood being messed with? I know they do that shit. And like Pizarro said, he was gonna do it anyway. And I kept saying, Pizarro, no, I think that when y'all really stop doing videos and shit start weakening over here is when King Roman News came. That was my perspective. That was what I observed by being here. I know they had problems before and they fell out and they was battling before, but shit really slowed down to me when he came in and that happened. And Pizarro said, no, Miss T, this stuff took place. And that's why I asked you,
Okay.
do you think it weakened or do you think they really just kind of disseminated with or stopped doing videos? Let me use the right term. When that took place and you said you was not really aware of that.
Yeah. So basically what I'm hearing now is that you took, which is what
Yeah.
commentary is. So what I'm gonna say,
Yep.
you might feel a type of way, but I'm gonna say it.
That's
You
okay.
took my words and skewed them to fit this
Okay.
your thought process that you have about what really happened, because it's probably sparked you to feel this way and you thought more of this, and it makes it seem now from the
Mhm.
people and Pizarro that I was projecting that narrative
No, no, no.
versus okay,
No,
that's what it
baby.
sounds like, because if she's pissed at
No,
me, okay,
no.
go
When
ahead.
you asked what happened on Pizarro's, that sparked my thought of what happened, baby. Not because your video, but then
Oh,
when I heard your video today, it was kind of shady, baby. No, what sparked
I'm
this?
born. I've been. I'm 100% shady. Everything I say is shady.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Well, he kind of, and you, it was no need for a second conversation. Am I wrong?
With what we just had right now?
Yeah, but in your video, am I wrong?
Yeah, I did. I said that. I
Okay.
was like,
So,
and Pizarro, you were in the comment section when I said, "Oh, you could
mhm.
have a second conversation with your husband, or your other husband." That's what I said in the comment
Yeah,
section,
that
and I said that
your
on my
shady
live.
ass.
So exactly, and on my second live, I said that, and so maybe people heard that and was like, "Oh shit! Like this is like, oh, he really coming with the guns." Like, no, they just probably just didn't see the comment section, and it's
Well,
fine.
No,
I mean, people
maybe.
can think what they want, but that's what it was. That's why I said that. And then also, like I could play the part that was to you,
no.
or at least,
Oh,
oh
Yeah.
well, you
no, you can if you want to, but it's not because of the video you made today. But that made me go, But it was
mhm.
definitely because you asked what happened. You know, what happened to y'all strategy? Why aren't y'all doing things a little different? And you were saying how you got bored. And I said, well, shit. For me, what happened really when the trifecta, I mean, yeah, the triangulation, I call them the triangulation broke down, is when King
Oh my
Roman
god.
News came through here like a hurricane. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. That's where my commentary
Yeah,
was really.
like we just, I guess we was so weak. I guess.
Oh, see,
So weak
that's
with
you
Roman, but we
assuming.
still here, child.
That's what
That's
you assuming, Pizarro.
but tell me to back up off the nigga, but we just bow down. We just bow down.
See, there you go, Pizarro. I'm gonna stand on what I said because this is what I believe. I don't give a fuck what nobody else think. When it comes to my real livelihood, ain't nobody on this motherfucker worth me losing my real livelihood. And if I say to you, I'll say to Triple Red and anybody else, like I told Rico, before you thought to make that video on Well and you should have thought about your livelihood, basically. I don't give a shit about this like that. And so when he asked, well, what happened? Y'all used to be strategic. We used to do this. I said, what happened was a tsunami. That was my commissary. Shit, a storm came past it. That was my commentary, and I'm gonna stand on it. But I'm
So
not
okay,
talking about because of the video you made today, baby. But then I
gotcha. Okay,
saw
no,
the
and that makes sense. Go
okay.
ahead.
No, when you asked her that, I was like, oh fuck. He asked her that question, and Pizarro, this is what I think happened. What really made them kind of simmer down because King Roman News and his crew and Ness and them start, every day breaking them down, breaking them down, breaking them down, and that don't have shit to do with.
Ain't nobody break us
Hold
down. That's
on,
bull. No, no, no. I'm
Pizarro,
not.
hold
No,
on,
that's
hold
that's
on,
bullshit. When they
hold
can, when the crew and the rest of these motherfuckers can last as long as we have, ain't nobody about to say nobody broke shit down. You saying breaking down? That's not breaking down. You mean when he was over there playing in their real life, threatening to die in the call their job, Miss T. That's
on.
what
Okay,
that was. That
okay.
wasn't no
I,
breaking him down.
hold on,
Cause he
hold
couldn't,
on.
he didn't want to do the back and forth, which is why he went to the motherfucking doxing. But you're not acknowledging that part. You're not putting
What
that in there.
did
You
I
just
just
trying to
say?
make it seem like he really came out here and just gathered them. Like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. No, we're not.
What did
We're
I
not gonna
just
act like
say?
he really came
I
down here
said
and brought
when
them down like that when they still here.
okay, okay. Not that y'all went away. Okay, so you taking my words and you hanging on to it. But what I mean is when you all really backed off and stopped, doing videos the way y'all used to do them, Lady Nika go, you go, Bree go, when the triangulation, it was when King Roman News came over here and y'all got into a battle with him and shit started happening. Y'all backed up. I don't give a shit whether y'all backed up because we didn't want Bree to lose her job or him to come after Nico or whatever, Pizarro. That's my perspective.
We
That's what
stopped
I
going
see.
lives like that when the sector started complaining about us taking up the airways.
Okay. 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 We gonna see a difference, and that's cool. I ain't gonna love you no
Yeah,
less.
you
I
see
don't
it from your point of view because you got
and,
the
and,
half-ass stuff.
and I
So you're
think
going
I
by the
got it.
half-ass
No, no,
shit.
no. Stop the bullshit. I think I just need to
That's
watch how a
not. And
little
see,
thing
if you
put
didn't
into
see
perspective.
everything,
I don't see, but you already know that. And I always say I don't see everything, but I don't want it to be an offensive term. He broke y'all down because y'all still here. But I mean, that's when y'all kind of backed up because that shit started going, like fuck, they messing with Bree's job, they fucking with Nick. That's what I'm talking about, Pizarro. Okay. That's all I'm talking about. You making like, no, Miss P. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I'm just gonna clarify. Like,
Shit.
so that did not come from my commentary. That came from the question asked on the first live. I just want to say that because I don't want to hear people going around saying, "Oh, Triple said that King Arm or KRN did this and broke them down." I didn't say that. That never came out of my mouth. So I don't even know. I know. I'm just saying that never came from me. I was not trying to perpetuate that commentary. I'm just saying. I know you. I'm just being clear because you got to repeat things 18 times.
But you're right. And I need to be very careful because it's not that I'm ever going to try to tear Pizarro down because she does what she doing. But my thing is, from my observation, and I've been here for years, they start backing off doing videos and everybody just went into like a little summer state except Pizarro. Okay, P? And I think it's when all that shit took place. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong though.
And I'll say this. In the first commentary discussion that we had, for her at least, she was saying like, it's just like, F it, I'm gonna just do whatever I want. I'm tired of trying to basically fit the standard that the sector has put me to.
Okay.
Is that correct, Pizarro?
Say that again because I was looking at the chat.
I know you was.
Yes.
So
stay out the chat.
And that's what I said on my video too. I said I didn't think a conversation was necessary because you were typing in the chat more than you was listening, and that's okay. But anyways, I'm gonna say it. Do you feel like the how do I word it? I worded it so perfectly a second ago. Now I got to try to think exactly what I said. But basically, when we had our discussion, and I said, what's how you feeling, whatever, and you was just like, oh, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Like, F it, because they do all these things or whatever. They hold me to a higher standard. I'm not gonna try to fit their standard anymore. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Is that part true? That's true.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, and that was and we got to the bottom. So honestly, yeah, we got to the bottom of a big chunk of it right there. Because me and her having a conversation is, of course, the sector's listening, right? But was me and her because I was like, damn, like what's been going on with you? Like, why is this happening? And then we talked about it, and then I got my answer. I didn't know what was fully going on, because if I've watched every single thing, then I probably would have had a stronger conclusion of, what happened. And what happened with us, when I said that it was kind of breaking, I wouldn't even call it breaking. It was more so like I got pissed. I'm going to just be straight up. I got pissed when they tried to put that dachshund jacket on us, and they responded to it, because you're giving them something to fuel it. If you give somebody something they're going to eat off of and they're going to make it into something, then all of a sudden, every freaking 5 business days, I'm hearing it echoed. They doxed his job. They doxed it, and then over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I'm like, holy shit, where's the proof? And then when it finally came out, we didn't do it. You don't hear them echoing that. You don't hear people saying they didn't dox it. You don't hear that. But you hear randomly, even I heard yesterday, they said that we doxed it. And I'm just like, that jacket got put on us, and the reason why that jacket continued to survive is because we responded to it. And when I get pissed, you know how I am. I'm done. I'm just like, okay. So when somebody will call me and say, what do you think we should do? Why aren't you fighting? Oh, I told you what to do. You didn't listen, so I don't give a fuck. And that's how that went. And it is what it is. I can be petty. I can have an attitude. We all are emotional creatures. I'm not perfect. Oh, well. So that'll be my accountability. I stopped helping. I was like, F it.
Okay. So listen, one thing I do want to take away before I get up out here is it's not a matter of being weak. Okay. So don't hang on that, Pizarro, because I know how your messy ass is. I'm not calling you weak. Your ass always out here fighting everybody all the way. What I am saying is that it seems to me when he asked y'all that question, my thing was, damn, yeah, they was strategic. They was fighting back, and And now it do seem like they don't do anything. Everybody done split up. Bree barely comes on because she have her own life. Hold on, Pizarro. Nika had her own family stuff. Pizarro, you say you never left, but Pizarro, you went away for a minute because you felt however way you felt. Let's not get into you felt like the men was versus the women, because I don't see it like that. You left and then you came back. You left. You start doing your other upload, your other videos on conspiracy. You was mean. You was sick of the beef section shit. However, when it seems like when that strong interaction happened between those content creators, that's when Pizarro and her team and them kind of simmered down some. Now, for me, I'm gonna reiterate this. For me, when you start fucking with real family, that's a no-go for me. When you start, so to me, hey, y'all back down. This shit is getting too serious. Even though the docs never happened, it's still just the thought of people messing with somebody's lives, especially when they have had people impede into their lives before. It ain't nothing nice. So that's what I saw. And that's the question I'm answering. Not so much about the video you made today, but in general.
Let me see. You said your commentary was about his video.
I said, here's my notes. TRX, piece of sit down. What was he trying to get to? What happened to their strategy? Why are they a little soft now and play with the ops? That's basically what he was asking you. Why y'all play with the ops? I could be wrong. Is at one point did you
Because
say
I want to play with the ops. Everybody else plays with the ops. So I want to play
Now
with the
hold
ops.
on.
I want to make money off of them too.
Right. And did you say that I wrote that or wrote that? Did you say that I said that in my commentary today?
I said
Or did you
I wrote this. These are
No. Wait.
No,
Sorry, I'm not
those were
asking that
her
correctly.
words.
These
I know that
are
that's her
my
words.
notes.
Wait, let me
Right.
rephrase
My
this.
comments.
I
Listen,
understand. I follow. I've been
hold
following.
on, Trip. These are my word choices. Don't hold it against anybody else. I'm not as articulate all the time, but I know how I was feeling when you asked that question. I was like, damn, this is kind of what I'm feeling from this conversation. In my eyes, my perspective.
But read the first two sentences again.
I said Triple Red X and Pizarro sit down. What was he trying to get to? I said, what happened to their strategy? Because you asked them, well, what happened to our strategy? Did you not ask her that? You said we used to move.
Yes, that's correct. But that's from the live that me and Pizarro had, right?
Right.
Okay. Say the next
And
part.
so I was saying, damn, from what I thought, from my perspective, it seems like Pizarro and them kind of backed off a little bit and wasn't being strategic, like it used to be this side against 5 side. And I know we can't go back to that. I said it's because King Roman News really came through here and he really upset some shit when he came through. That's my perspective.
Okay,
And
wait. So something got missed because you just said a sentence about a soft. Where did that sentence go?
I said that's when they softened up. That's me.
I know, but did you write that down or did you just say it from your mind? That's what I'm just asking you. What did you write specifically?
I wrote, why did they soften and why do they play with the ops? That was mine.
Right. Okay, perfect.
That's how I feel though, y'all.
And so that sentence right there probably made people think that's what I asked. Even though I know it's your words, that's why I'm clarifying it.
No,
I didn't ask
that. That wasn't your words. That wasn't
and on the live with me and Pizarro, I even told her directly. I said, "There's popcorn beefs," but I never said anything about why do you play with the ops in that way, like the way you worded it. That's all. I'm good.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to get pissy. I'm just saying,
no.
Yeah.
I know you're not. Listen, when I walk away from this, I'm gonna walk away from it. I ain't gonna love you no different. I ain't gonna love Pizarro no different. Pizarro and I always, a lot of times Pizarro don't agree with my commentary and she think I'm coming against her. And that's all right. It's my commentary.
And there's nothing to fix between us.
Commentary. No, I'm saying
I'm just talking about the comment on the screen.
I'm coming against her. What?
Yeah, and there's nothing to fix. There's no issue in that way. But I will say this, because I already know Bree's gonna probably feel like she's wrapped into this somehow. But I said in my commentary that she's got a lot of good energy. She seems happy. She's in her mama era. Like she's living a good life. Like she should be off living versus being on here. I was not ever dog whistling for people to come back down here because I'm not even down here. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't even make sense. I'm living my best life. I'm happy. And I was happy that she's happy.
Right.
I said, like, even though we don't talk, you're like, even though we don't talk, but I like to see you happy. That's just a genuine thing. And that's that. Now, she seemed angry on Pizarro's live. And I was like, where is that coming from? Because we don't handle each other like that. That's what I said.
Well, you know where that's coming from. You know where that's coming from.
Yeah. So,
You know how she is. How long it's
right.
been?
Right. Well, I know. I
Right.
know. I know.
So
Right.
let me ask
And
you.
listen, wait, let me just say this. I get that part of it. That wasn't what came to my mind. But you saying that makes me realize, okay, yes, I take some accountability for that thing. But it made it seem like I was coming down here to say that I blamed her, you, and Nika for the sector doing whatever it's doing right now. Hell no. I don't have any blame. Let's just take that off the table. I just was trying to figure out, like, well, what the hell? Why is people like so like whatever now? And then I got my answer, at least from Pizarro's perspective. Nika actually gave her perspective too. She came up there and she said what happened, why she felt the way things are. She's had deaths in the family, stuff like that. She had a pretty bad year. So okay, boom, I get it. And then Bree is living her best life. That's the answer that I have in my head. I don't know if there's a different answer. So I mean, there we have it.
Yeah.
Case closed.
No, perhaps perhaps Pizarro, I may have said it wrong, but it wasn't directly at Triple Red. My thing was when he asked that question, I said I wanted to give my commentary on what I think happened. Now, I don't have to be 100% right. I ain't 100% wrong either. I'm not pointing all the finger at nobody. I'm not saying you weak, you this, y'all laid down. I'm just saying when that shit happened, it seems like shit really went a little different. And then that yaya fall
Yeah,
out. So
Mitzi.
a lot of things, baby.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it just seems like it all been put on us and
No.
nothing with him. Like your commentary was before when we was arguing with him, and if you put it all off on me and nothing with him as usual. But y'all don't
Pizarro.
see it. Y'all
Pizarro.
stay taking up for these men and
There you go
stuff.
with that
But
bullshit.
let's
I
call out the
I
traffic, what
I
they
ain't gonna
doing
win with
and
you.
how they move. I'm
I
just
ain't gonna win
saying
with you.
that's
No.
my perspective of what you give
Okay.
with your
Okay.
commentary when it comes to us street. I don't feel
Mhm.
like you be fair in your commentary. I feel like you put all the responsibility on us. And true, I felt that you did the same too from her commentary because she said she was doing her commentary off the video. I
Oh,
was like kind of shocked too because I'm like, what?
Right. And now I see why you were mad. I get that. But do
and
we have
now I
clarity
see
now?
why you mad. So
No.
this
Miss
no,
T.
no,
Wait.
hold on, sugar book.
She
Wait,
talk
hold on.
about me, True, not you.
I'm about to tell her answer. So now everything has reverted back to me and my commentary. My commentary was
Hmm.
so based for real, Pizarro. My commentary was solely based on what I heard the other night when he asked you about, the accountability and what happened. It seems like y'all basically link up with the ops now. Those not the words he said, but that's my understanding of what he was saying and what happened to the strategy. That's all I was saying.
What is the strategy?
I don't
What
know
is
the
the
shit.
strategy?
I didn't know he was saying about
You
the
Strategy.
don't,
I'm
video.
but
talking
you
about
agree with him,
strategic.
but you don't know the strategy. The
Oh,
strategy
Oh
is
no, you
key.
not. You know what? We not about to do that bullshit.
I'm
Now
asking
you
because
got
you agreeing, but you can't also tell me what the strategy is. Do you need him to say what is the strategy then?
I
Trip.
have no idea
So
what y'all
maybe she
strategy
can get an
was.
understanding of what she agreeing to.
I'm talking about and I've said this too, so she probably heard this part, but I said strategic commentary. That's what I was talking about. Not strategy as in like
Oh,
um
strategic
that's
commentary.
yeah,
Okay.
like the strategic commentary. So like for example, if I don't want to give too much of an example, but
No.
basically if you're having a like right now, this live that you did, I would consider it strategic. Cuz even though your end goal was not to make us have an issue,
No. No.
your commentary created an issue, and that is good content. And the reason why I consider it good content is because it causes a new thing to happen and the
Right.
ball keeps rolling versus
Oh,
I'm going to go
okay.
live and I'm going to drop my link for these three fucking people to come up here and talk about nothing, and then eventually someone else is going to click the link and scream at each other, and then eventually it's going to end, and then nothing happened. There's nothing that developed from
But
it.
that's
It was just like
always happened on the
I know
spaceship.
it's always happened. No, well, hold on. You're
What?
don't take that to you, please.
See?
That's not. I wasn't even thinking
Okay.
about you when I said that.
I'm gonna punch her
I'm
in her neck.
saying, I'm saying that is what basically that's all that ends up happening now. Not every time, but this commentary, like you did, was, your goal was not to do what it did, but it did it right.
Well,
So I just consider it strategic commentary.
okay. I
Rather
wasn't
it's
thinking about that.
yeah, rather it's your goal or not, it
Hmm.
caused more content.
It's more content. Yes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter because Pizarro come over here all the time, and she'll go over there. And Miss T said I was weak, and I'm so sick of Miss T. And I don't pay that shit no mind because one thing I'm gonna say before I get off here, and it's some I don't give a shit what people feel about Pizarro. She has never disrespected me, and she don't agree with none of my goddamn commentary. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that, especially when it has something to do with her little ass or Bree or Lady Nika. I was telling y'all what I gathered out of what was going on. Now, it is what it is, Pizarro. You think that I never hold other people accountable, but I told y'all from the beginning, I didn't like this shit when it jumped off. Period. Point
Mm-hmm.
blank. And I'm
Well,
not gonna
wait.
change. Huh?
I'm gonna ask you a question on,
Oh
but
yeah.
one before I ask that, I want to ask Pizarro a question. Did that make sense what I meant by strategy or strategic commentary?
Yeah, but I didn't realize
No,
Yeah,
that
no,
was
not
that
you,
made
Pizarro.
yeah, that made sense. But if that's how that goes, then
And
I have not stopped doing that.
and there we go. And see, I was not
and make
talking about blaming you. See, that's what I'm saying. That was just in general,
Okay.
like that has become less. That's been lessened, right? And then if we want to take a sector view, that's been lessened in general, like everywhere. But I just don't feel like it's not like you have a purpose for what you're saying. Like for example, maybe you pin two people against each other for whatever your purposes was because you don't like them or whatever by picking something that they said. You still do that. You still do that. But that's just part of the strategy too. There's still other pieces to it, but that
mhm.
is the main thing I was talking about. But yeah,
Well, I
and a
don't know
lot of
about
times
what
when we
y'all used
talk,
to
I
do
mean, it's a
too
little
much.
bit in code, not in code, but it's a little bit like,
Oh shit.
you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But the question to T Velocity is, if she
Oh,
feels
so
like
now
you're
we behind
always
the scenes
picking,
part.
if she's always, what am I trying to say? If she, T Velocity, always feels like you, Pizarro,
Mm-hmm.
are you're being blamed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all never look at what the other side is doing, whatever.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
my question would be
Yeah.
this: I'm giving you the context.
Okay.
Do you feel like um, the things that are going on? Do you feel like she caused a lot of these things to happen to her, or do you feel like it's more what they did?
No, I think is more of that. I believe what happened is that when those things took place that I was referring to, people start looking at Bree, Lady Nika, and Pizarro in a different light.
So it's not their
And
fault.
no, sometimes no, some of the things they did, I think people was basically trying to reveal to them and break down whatever triangulation I call it, break the triangulation down a little bit. And I think it is some things that they did. Now, I've never had a problem with them.
But wait,
I watch them and I don't watch them. But to answer your question, um, I'm just gonna stand on what I believe. I'm just gonna
So
stand
then,
on what I believe. Did
and
that
I'll ask
answer
this
your
to Pizarro.
question?
I mean, for the most part, basically. So what
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
stand
ask
on what I
Pizarro
believe
then
in.
is,
Mm-hmm.
why do you feel like she's always coming against you? Then, like, don't go into everything. I'm just saying, like, why do you feel like
because
she's
she
based? Yeah, go ahead.
because she is always how we didn't do things and the way she
Always,
seen that we yes,
always,
yes,
Pizarro. Did I not
yes,
say? Okay, go ahead. Always. No, I
yes.
don't always.
When was the time that you haven't? Let me know.
I done said
Maybe I
when
wasn't there for that line.
asked when that shit took place, I said it was wrong. I didn't like what happened. I didn't like fucking with your kids, the things
Mm.
that y'all were saying to each other, and I didn't like it from either party. I'm always honest. I don't give a fuck what people think they gonna do to me or say to
Miss
me,
T, that
but I
and
told
on
you that
top of that,
you.
you also you gotta stop, Zara. You can't do this. If you
I
really care
told
about
you
that
that.
speaker, you gotta stop because he messing with their life and all this stuff. And I'm like, what was he not messing with their life before I said something? Or you
Did
just
I back?
ignoring that
Wait,
line?
hold
But
on,
it's
hold on. No,
he
see,
wrong,
there
but
you go. There
I'm
she
being
go.
held accountable for what this nigga do
See, hold on. There you
to
go.
my friend.
I never backpedaled and pussy, but I said to you when that shit first started happening and you and King Roman News was going, at it real heavy. I said to him, I said, yeah, I don't like this shit. I said, I don't like that talking about kids. I thought they was good and da da da. And then when I saw that shit going on, like every other day, videos was being made. You was making videos. He was making, and then it started getting into I got a foul. I'm gonna call your job and all that shit. I said, P, just leave that shit alone because he's strictly saying, not only him, everybody says it. I can't get to you. I'm gonna get to Bree. So my thing is, back that shit off for both of y'all. I wish it was, y'all would have backed the shit off. Now y'all good, Pizarro. So see, that's why you don't really come down here and you can't be unbiased and you can't be who you are because I'm here telling you, leave that shit alone because they really coming at Bree because you ain't got nothing to lose. They can't see you. They don't know who you are, but they got her shit on lock, supposedly, right? Me saying that.
That's what I
That's
Yeah,
but
but
I
that's
also
it's what
uh-huh.
Levon said in the chat, Miss T. It's what Levon said in the chat. You saying that, but there still was no accountability that held on his side. You did not tell him to stop messing with Bree. Leave Bree and Lady Nika alone because they're not attacking him and messing with his job or any of that stuff. Your
Okay.
main focus was telling me
Okay.
to back off of him because of what he was doing to them. You didn't
Okay.
hold him accountable
Okay.
at all. You held me accountable for his
Okay.
action.
Well, let's go here. I have a YouTube shit with you. I've known you longer. So
What
I
does that
probably
got to do with what
no
he doing
because
to them, though?
no, I probably thought like fuck. Let me just I could talk to Pizarro. I don't have a relationship with King Roman News like that. I don't know him. All I said is, man, I wish y'all wouldn't have went that far. I said it. Go back and watch my video. But I just said Pizarro, leave that shit alone because now it's getting a little deep. Okay, that's what I said. I'm not gonna change how I feel, Pizarro. It's not gonna change. And
And
like,
I'm not telling you to change how you feel, but I can disagree with how you feel,
yeah,
and that's how you want to say you put that. But for
did
me, it was more so focused on me. You could say because you knew me longer, so I
because
guess because
I
you knew
do,
me longer,
Pizarro.
that put the responsibility on me. Then since you knew me longer, don't hold him accountable.
No,
Wait, could I
Tell
say
him to
something?
stop.
Pizarro. I have a YouTube shit with you. I've never had no real friction with you. So yes, people sometimes for me, I don't give a shit about nobody. It's easier if I tell Pizarro back to fuck off and just leave this shit alone because it's getting a little deep and you ain't got nothing to lose, but they coming after Bree.
So I'll
So
just say
was I
from okay,
wrong?
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Was I wrong?
No, what I was just gonna say is because I'm obviously outside looking in this conversation, right? So it
Okay.
sounds like she's saying, which we're clear on this, but I'm gonna just say it from my perspective. It sounds like she's saying like when you come on here and do commentary to the public and say that Pizarro stopped doing this, it makes it seem like I'm the one to blame. And I could see why she would feel that way. And then from your perspective, you're coming on here to tell her, Pizarro, just stop it, because you think that you have you have a YouTube relationship with her, so you could tell her, like, just stop it so he can stop. Not saying stop it because you're to blame. Just stop doing it so he can stop, because you're the only person you can control is yourself. That's what she was saying to you, Pizarro. That's how I'm taking it by listening. And it seems like it's just a miscommunication. Is that right or no?
So yeah,
No, it's not no miscommunication. She could say that, but where is he held accountable in that?
I think she felt like it's not her job to say something to him in the way of, she was trying to more so pass a message to say, like, hey, this is happening. I think this could help stop it. Not, hey, this is happening. You're the one to blame.
I wasn't blaming Pizarro. I was just telling her, Pizarro, just let that shit go. Because now they fucking with Bree. But you know,
he was already fucking with Bree. He was already fucking with Bree before I got into the situation. That's the shit that's irritating me, bro. He was already fucking with this girl and said, yeah, 5 on my bestie, bro. Which is why I got involved.
Okay, bro. It's okay, bro.
Okay, so I'm done. But now no, don't be done yet. Oh gosh.
Oh shit, she done ran.
So now that's digging up old stuff, and that wasn't even the point. But I'll just say this, and I'm gonna go as well. But basically, I understand what you were saying in that moment, but I can see why she's saying that in her moment. Y'all both are right in your own way. When it's a miscommunication, that just means that one party is not hearing the other. That doesn't mean someone's right or wrong.
Right.
But when I did start coming back and start peeking in, for the past like month and some change, I felt like most of the strategic commentary were coming from other people that were really giving me, well, wait, don't, because you're making it salacious with that.
No, I said,
what I mean by that is, what I mean by that is, like, there's a few people I watched that I probably normally would not have been watching back when I was in the sector. I watched them, but not like as much. But now that I see that they're the ones kind of controlling the way that it moves, I like to hear what they're gonna say, because I can see, like, oh, they're saying this because they want this to happen. Like, it's kind of like watching like a mystery in a sense. So when I watch that, so like, for example, when I watch King Roman, like, I know like when he says something, it's like some sort of like a not strategy. I hate using the word strategy because I've been using it so much. There's like a purpose to what he's doing. So then I'm like, okay. And then when I watch something that she says, there's a purpose to what she's doing. Like, Pizarro, before the panel, I'm talking like just straight up, just individuals. And there's other people down here that are just individually, they go live, they say what they say, and it's to cause something to happen. It's to cause another commentary. That's what the beef sector always was, I felt like, at the heart of it. Not from just them in general. But when I came down, just like, how you told her something, you can talk to her. I can talk to her. I can't talk to everybody.
Okay. That's the only thing I did, Trip. I've been over here for years on this side. I've had a relationship with Pizarro. I support King Rome News. I was watching. That was my goal. Like, Pizarro, just let that shit go, because it's getting too deep. Now y'all going after people's jobs and shit. I don't agree with the doxing, but I'm gonna let it go, because it feels like, no matter what I say, and that's the point. Sometimes in commentary where things could get lost when you use certain words. It feels like perhaps I am picking on her. Maybe she felt that way. That's never my intention. When you ask that question, I said, shit, I'm about to answer, because this what really happened, and this is what I saw. Everything was good. Then people start falling out more, and then subbies was being lost and stuff. So it was a compiling of things, but
right. And I appreciate your perspective. I think that's what the point of commentary is, to add to it, and that's what you did. So I think it just got a little bit misconstrued, because it made it seem like it was my words, but I get it. You were saying your words.
I was saying my words.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I did look at your video today, baby, and I said you felt some kind of way. That was just how I felt, Trip.
Right, and that's totally fine.
Not there, But me putting words in your mouth, absolutely not. It's like, well, maybe I was right. He felt some kind of way. Like, where the hell y'all go? We used to do this. Y'all used to be like this. Now y'all making frenemies. Y'all hooking up with
Yeah,
the
but when you
opposite.
say, and I agree,
No,
that is true.
that's
What you're saying is
my
true right now. No, what you're saying is true. It's just the word felt some kind of way makes it seem like I was like really upset. It was more of like, damn, what's
no.
going on? No, I'm not
That
saying
was your
you. I'm
observation.
saying
I
that's
know,
what other
baby.
people do. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
that
you.
was your observation. Like, damn, where did the beef sector go? What happened to y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all used to be strategic. Now it look like y'all linking up with ops and y'all, have y'all fighting, and then the next day y'all friends. We ain't do shit. Like, that was the only thing I was trying to drive home here. That shit had
Mm-hmm.
happened, and they had changed their way of moving. Maybe I should have said it like that,
Yes.
slow
Yeah.
down a little bit. However, I'm not gonna please everyone. I've been on here almost 3 hours,
Exactly.
longer than I expected. I appreciate you so much, Trip. I know you doing well in life from our conversation, and I hope you continue to do that. This wasn't to stir up anything between you and Pazar. This was giving my commentary, and it is what it is. Let
Yeah.
me say
Yeah.
something. Pizarro, I always support her. She always support me. And this is
Mm-hmm.
what she do. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. Nobody's
Yeah. You don't need to
she'll
apologize for
be
your
fine.
commentary. Yeah. Exactly. No, you're
Yep.
good. And I'm glad you're
She'll
standing
be
on it.
fine.
And I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
just leave with this. I I can see why she ran or not ran out. I see why she got angry and left because it's like technically, yeah, there was things happening before she got into it. Whatever. Um, that's true.
Mm,
From what I can hear on timeline. Obviously, I don't
yeah.
remember. I wasn't here for that
Mm-hmm.
exact fight, but I'm saying like we had this beef way back in October or something.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
something happened recently or later on, and it's like you're telling her to stop it
Mm-hmm.
from happening, in her
Mm-hmm.
mind, she's like, well, it already was happening. So I get it. So I get
Yeah.
why she's upset.
Well, because
But
threats was being made. I get where she going.
yeah,
Threats was
no, we don't have
being
to go
made.
into it.
But
Yeah.
if I say to you, Trip, you keep saying something, I'm gonna press the fucking gas on Levon. You keep saying something, you keep saying something. I thought it was best for me to say, Trip, just leave that shit alone because it's
Oh,
getting
okay.
out of hand. So that's
Okay, I got
where
you.
really I was going with Pizarro when I told her that. And I've also said I didn't like the way shit was done over on King Roman News, but she'll never hear that because she's a little upset with me. So she'll be all
Gotcha.
right.
All
I,
right.
I
Well,
ain't gonna
thanks
love
for
you no
having
less.
me.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
I always wish you well, darling. Keep your
Oh yeah.
ass
Same to you.
forward. Go
Same to
sit
you.
down. Go sit down and keep your ass living the soft life. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so
Bye.
much, Chris. Yeah. Listen. You're not gonna always win when you do your commentary, and it's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm all right if I get to cuss the entire fuck out because this is just the internet for me. My perspective is my perspective from my observation. No one gets it 100% right because she's right. People right. I don't sit and go and watch videos all goddamn day. I don't see everybody's response. Like I said, I support Pizarro sometimes. I be up in the bushes. I don't always jump down, but I am gonna say this. I've never had an inch of level of disrespect from her, so I'm not gonna disrespect her. She can agree to disagree. That's fine. That's called adulting. Like I said, when I saw some breakdown come, it was from what had happened. And I don't give a shit when it comes to your real life, this shit ain't worth it. It's just not worth it. Sometimes you have to bow out of certain things. These people are just internet people, but yes, they can really affect your real life. And when that shit gets to going like that, I just say it's too dark. Let me go ahead and bow out. It's kind of too heavy over here. So I'm not going to even come on for a few. A life start life. That's real life. This shit trying to be a gangster here, trying to prove something to somebody, trying to, I don't know what it is. Gain all the money you could get from here because it ain't that much money. Some of this stuff is not worth it. But I have to get ready because I'm well over my time. I'm on my way. Give me a minute. I'm well over my time. But I appreciate y'all for joining me. Please, if you like the video, you can like it. If you share it out, share it out. Everything is not just fight back. Everything is not fight back when people fucking with you in real life. That's not my solution. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so much for joining me. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. It is what it is. It was my commentary.